All right, we're live on YouTube, which is going to be fun. We've been doing Snap. We're going to be doing this in the mornings. And if you've watched my Twitch streams for Marvel Strike Force, you know that I have typically done like something called Reddit review. And I'm one of those people that doesn't mind Reddit. Like, I'm not afraid of Reddit. I can go on there and engage with people on Reddit. It's like not a problem for me. Seems like some people just don't like the toxicity on Reddit, don't like the negativity on Reddit. It doesn't seem to bother me that much. Like, I can just get through it. Maybe I've got a fortitude or something. I have no idea. But what we're going to do is going to go over there and take a look at it there. We were looking at a little bit last night, and I saw a lot of interesting posts that I don't necessarily agree with, but I wanted to talk about them and make a video about some of these collector token changes. So, it's kind of interesting, and because it kept coming up, and at first I was a little bit confused by them. And so what I'm going to do is organize my thoughts with the collector token changes. And let's see, we got here. We want to get rid of that overlay for animations. Let's see. Let's turn those off for now. And then we'll go through it. All right, so what do you got like? I'm just going to go through the top, what the emote looks like and what it actually means. All right, yeah. Yeah, you guys know that the Ms. Marvel thumbs up is kind of like F you, buddy, which is kind of interesting. I think it's one of those things where it is like I don't know. Like, what about, I think other people get annoyed by emotes. Like, how can an emote piss you off? Like, that's the other thing too. Like, I don't understand that. Like, some people are like, oh, I gotta block this guy because he was emoting me a Ms. Marvel and it's toxic gaming. He's like, come on, dude, it's an emote. Literally, she's smiling and giving you thumbs up. But yeah, that's pretty funny. The last 3 days always feel like a big slog for credits without the challenges. Yep. I think I'm almost done with this. Oh my God. I think I'm almost done with the weekly challenges. Let's take a look at this. Let's see here. It seems like it goes fast. I've kind of been playing a lot. Let's see here. Mission. I'm already at. I've already got through it. I've already got through the 25. What day? These reset on Monday, and today is Friday. So I guess I'm not that far ahead. We'll get through these also. All right. There we got got any more of them. Weekly challenges. Every damn time you discarded. Oh yeah, with Hela. Yeah, Hela is very inconsistent, I think. That's a Hela. Every damn time you discarded the card that you... All right. I think that's what that is. Yeah, that's kind of a... Ice Spin was the only card you could have played next turn, and Hela will be discarded. With the truth of Marcel Snap. Yeah. Hela is kind of random. I feel like you're playing kind of like a very... Hela... My experience with Hela and playing Hela and then Hela players is this kind of an inconsistent deck. A lot of fun though, but it definitely has a lot of swing. All right, playing Cosmo at Camartage. Okay, so that Camartage is the one that gives double reveal effects, and then Cosmo is no fun. So there you go. Way too fast. What's up, Zero Cool Gaming? I don't understand how Darkhawk works with Zabu. I don't think Darkhawk has any synergy necessarily with Zabu other than Zabu or Darkhawk is a 4-cost card. The synergies that Darkhawk has are with Korg, Black Widow, and Rock Slider. Korg puts a rock into your opponent's deck, so that gives basically 2 power to Darkhawk. Rock, the Rock guy, whatever the guy's name is, Rock. Let's take a look at it. Oh, you're welcome in. This is Winter is here. Yeah, how's it going, my guy? Rock Slide. Synergy, Black Widow, Synergy. Another card to consider if you're going to play Darkhawk is Mystique. You can literally copy this right here. It's very powerful. Like, I think like, I put in white. There's one slot here I've been changing around in this deck, and it was Wong, and then I put in white queen. I've been happy with white queen, but Mystique could go there, and then you could basically have 2 Darkhawks on the board, which is pretty scary. Yeah. I need more credits to get tokens to get a card I want, kind of a roundabout way to advance my collection. Correct. In fact, that's what they want you to do. And we're going to talk about collector tokens. What they want you to do is max out your gold spending on credits every day, refreshing all of your missions, basically refreshing all your missions, buying all the credits, and then going through it. And we're going to talk about it. There was a couple Reddit posts about that, and I kind of want to go over that. Anywhere, playing Cosmo into Camartage, yeah, it's definitely no fun. Everybody hates the pixel variant. Yeah, I do. But nobody mentions the ugly rainbow background after the split. I don't like that either. Oh, my God. Come on. That is 100% true. Everybody hates the pixel variants, but nobody mentions the ugly rainbow background of the split. Some backwards are awesome. Okay, I want to show you that. I 100% agree with this. Like, why would I want... All right, so like this is relatively... Like, look at the red background. Or actually, a card that has a really good background, in my opinion, is Sunspot. Okay, look at that. Why would I want this when I can have... I don't get it. That is not better than the original. Look at the original. The original is better. Like this back. I don't like these rainbow backgrounds. Now I do like the sparkle animations, but I kind of wish it didn't have. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like the rainbow background that much. It's okay, but a lot of them have better backgrounds than. Like, look at Electra right here, right? It's got this nice purple background on red. And then what? Does that look better? Than the original? I don't know. I mean, that's got the sparkle effects. I don't know. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna read chat here for a second. Yeah, I need some tweaks. Yeah, I don't mind necessarily, but I think getting the token shop is kind of weird. Yeah, we're going to talk about the token shop specifically. It's because back in the 90s, we had holo cards like that. That's right. I noticed that too. It's a nostalgia bait. Why don't you move from Twitch? I stream Marvel Strike Force on Twitch. I'm going to stream a little bit on YouTube for Marvel Snap and see how that goes for a week or so. I typically also play Marvel Snap a little bit on Twitch after my Marvel Strike Force streams. I just, for metric reasons, I think I'm going to continue streaming I'm going to try YouTube, just try it out. Same thing to be said for Baby is More. They'll love the background for Baby Morris, but it gets removed by the ugly rainbow. Yeah. Inked is really nice. I have 2 inked cards, which I'm pretty proud of. Ink, as far as ink cards, I think I've got of all cards, Sentry. I've got an inked Sentry, and I'm working on that one. I'm not really playing Sentry right now, so in any of the decks that I'm playing, but I've got an inked Sentry. Where is it? Sentry is 2/3, so it's up here. I passed it. Sentinel. I got an inked Sentinel, and then I also have got an inked Iron Man, which I think is I'm proud of. Right there. And that's a variant that's inked, and it's got the particle effects. All right, I like it. I like to pick and choose some of the upgrades. Yeah. This is me. The original card's way better than the holo version. Yeah. No background, extra swirl. Yeah. Like choosing gear. Yeah, I wish that, yeah, I guess this is fine, but I don't know that the inked background is actually... I think the inked and the gold foily, or whatever they call it, is interesting and it's rare, but I don't know that it looks better. Like, I guess what it looks better is subjective. Like, I don't know. Like, where was he? I mean, I've got a bunch of Iron Man variants here. Let's look at them. Like, this one actually looks pretty cool. And then we got the variant there. Dude, I've got a lot of Iron Mans. Look at all the Iron Mans I have. I've played a lot of Iron Man. I think Iron Man, in a lot of ways, is probably my favorite card. Or was my favorite card. Yeah, it's just my favorite card. I love Iron Man anyways. So it is what it is. All right. Hey, got a Twitch notification, but this isn't Twitch. Oof. I accidentally started my stream on Twitch. Accidentally. Oh my God. Sorry, Space Monkey. How average, how many splits for ink? Because I'm a 3.5 collection level and I don't have a single ink. Okay, so we'll explain how it works. Let's see. Splits, Marvel Snap. Let's see. We've talked about this. So this is kind of confusing, but we're going to go over it. So you have to spend 155 boosters to split a card. And the first time you split it, you will not get any particle effects. But the first time you split the card, you have a 50% chance it'll be foil and 50% prism. So prism is the one that looks like it has like trapezoids in there. They look very similar. Foil and prism look very similar. The second and third splits, same chance on the background, but you get a chance of the reveal, the glimmer, which is like the particle effects and the swirlies, right? Then on your fourth time that you split, there's a 10% chance of getting inkified, the black and white. Then on your fifth split, not only is there a 10% chance of getting inkified, but there's a 10% chance of getting the gold background, which I have none of. It's literally random. And I've heard of people splitting a card 11 times looking for the gold and have not getting it. You have to split a lot to get the gold or the ink. So it's you have to split a lot. Yeah. Yeah, you get a chance for inkified after the fourth split, 10%, and after split 5, basically. And then there's this reveal. I don't understand this reveal Kirby effect. I'm not sure what that is, but I guess the rarest split would be like a gold with a Kirby particle effect. I'm not even sure what the Kirby particle effect is. Kirby Crackle. I don't know if I have any of those. Oh, Jack Kirby style. Oh, it's got like the lens flare. Yeah. Is that I don't know if I have any variants. Is that the Kirby Crackle right there? I don't know if I have any variants with that. Let's see here. Let's see. Iron Man, I have the most splits on. So I think the only one that I could possibly have that on would be Iron Man. All right. So like this right here is the swirlies, right? This right here is the swirlies. All right, so this is something else. All right, so that's like a splash outward. I kind of like that. All right, well, I guess it's subtle, right? I don't know. What's up? What's up, Chiz? Are you guaranteed to not have a variant split you do not have? I guess I don't understand the question. Aren't you guaranteed to not double negatives are you guaranteed to have a variant split? You've got 3 negatives in that sentence. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to answer that. What's up, Chiz? How are you doing, my guy? You can get a dupe. Yeah. It's random, basically, every time. It's random every time. Anyways, so that's how it works. Hello, so negative. I know, right? I love you guys. Anyways, let's keep going on Reddit. I did the math so you didn't have to. The full pull 3-4 card breakdown. All right. So $100 in gold is 8,000 gold, 10,000 credits, 200 levels, 16.67 collection reserves. Wow. If you take into account, you also get credits and gold on collection tracks, but you need to add the 15% progress. I actually calculated this too, but it's complicated, so I'm not sharing this here. So instead of 16.7 reserve, we will assume you get 20 reserves per $100. Now from reserves, you get tokens in two-way. All right, so 100 tokens every fourth reserve, or you get 400 tokens instead of pull 3 cards. Now, if you have this only happens if you have all the pull 3 cards. And this is what they're going to change. They're going to change this from 400, and they're going to make it some variable number from 200 to 600. So the odds are altered every time you have a new variant. It's the number of splits on any given card. So when you split, okay, so it doesn't matter if it's, I understand the question. It doesn't matter if you split a variant or if you split the original card. It's the number of splits that you do that determine this right here. The number of splits. So this split number 1, split number 2 is for all Iron Man cards, whether they're variants or the original. It's all the same. Yeah, it's a new split. Every time you split a card, depending on the number of times you've split the card, whether it was a variant or original, you randomly get based on the number of splits you've done. So it's pretty rare to get like an inkified Kirby. It's pretty rare to get a gold Kirby. And that only happens once you've split the card like at least 6 times. I don't know if that explains it. All right, let's go back to this. Pool 3 not fish, 400. Okay, pool not 3 fish, 479 tokens per $100. Pool 3 finished. That's 2,000 tokens per $100 spent. Pool 4 finished. 23 tokens per $100 spent. All right, if you have pool 4 finished. Now they changed it to a range of 200 to 600, average of 400 tokens to keep it simple. I'll ignore the casino aspect of it and use 400 monthly spend. And before we get deep dive, there's one other aspect to consider. It takes 9 days to spend every $100 in gold. Okay, this is a fantastic post. On 360 missions. So basically, if you wanted to max out spending, you can spend $300 a month. If you want to spend an extra $300 a month, basically that'll get you another 6,000 tokens. So basically, they're selling you a Series 5 card for $300. They're selling Series 5 cards for $300 is what they're doing. That's if you're willing to spend $100 on gold, max out all the credits, max out the refreshes, do that for 9 days, you will basically get 2,100 tokens. That's if you have pool 3 finished. Yeah. Now you're going to get naturally about 5,000 to 6,000 tokens a month if you just max out playing the game. If you have pool 3 finished, if you want to double that amount, you're going to have to spend an extra $300. Yeah, what we're going to talk about is the 200 and 600 tokens is worse than guaranteed 400 tokens. Because it's going to be randomized. That seems to be very controversial, and that's kind of the point of the stream today. Is we're going to talk about the change of 200 to 600 tokens, and we're going to make a video about it. We're going to make a video about this post here. All right, we're going to go into this. monthly spend. Before we go deep dive, I want to respect etc. It takes 9 days to spend $100 in gold, 360 missions, 520 shop, 880, 8,000 gold, 800 gold per day is 9 days. So in a month, you'll be able to spend $330. So that's, I think, the mega Krakens are annoyed that they can only spend an extra $330 a month. Think about that for a minute. I mean, think about how expensive Galaxy of Heroes and Marvel Strike Force is. If you really want to max out spending, you can only spend so much. There's not much stuff to buy. In a month, if you just want to buy gold and spend gold on credits and spend gold on mission refreshes, the most you could spend is $330. That's it. There's really no way in this game of swiping your credit card. Here's my $10,000. Give me everything. So many mobile games are like that. They're literally like, give me $10,000 and you can have everything. And we will gladly take your $10,000 a month. Galaxy of Heroes is that way. Marvel Strike Force is that way. This game doesn't have a way of accepting $10,000 a month from anybody. That's very different. Yeah. The game is new, correct. And I feel like they may change this, but I don't know. Galaxy of Heroes and Marvel Strike Force from the start were able to take $10,000 from anybody at any moment. They could take it. They would absolutely just take your money. This game doesn't really have a way of taking that much money from you. Like if you just I want to buy everything. Okay. It's going to cost you that's how much money it's going to cost. Yeah. Yeah. So, and it slows it down. All right. This does include bundles, of course, but if we guesstimate on that, spend another $100 a month in similar ratios to give us a max monthly spending goal of $430. So you can cap out spending in this game at $430 a month. So if you guys follow me on Marvel Strike Force, I have a hard cap of $400 a month I spend on that game. And I just limit myself. And I rarely spend the $400. I keep it under about $300 a month. But, I play an alliance with people that are the top spenders in the game, and I have no idea what they spend, but it's a lot of money. Now we need to go deeper and consider 3 cases. Pool 3 not complete, Pool 3 is complete, and Pools 3 and 4 complete. If Pool 3 is finished, you will get $1,700 from the 400 checks as a replacement for Pool 3 cards. Okay. So in total, you get 2185 tokens if you completed it, about 0.7 of Pool 4 card. Okay. Of your choice for $100. So this is what $100 is getting you is 2185 tokens. In addition, you have a 2.5% chance of getting a random Pool 4 card from each of the 19 reserves you opened. That's fine. And I've pulled Pool 4s. I just have not pulled a lot of Pool 5s. I think it's a 0.25% chance of getting a Pool 5 and a 2.5% chance. So it's like 10 times better. All right. So expected random Pool 4, expected random Pool 4 cards for $100. All right. For $100, you're buying half a Pool 4 card is what he's saying. You're getting so basically if you spend $200, you're going to get one Pool 4 card for going through all of the collector's versions. Okay. You also have a 0.25 chance of getting a random Pool 5 card. Ugh. So that means for every $100, you're getting basically 0.05 of a random pool card. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. A lot of math. Yeah, both Galaxy of Heroes and Marvel Strike Force were fractions of expensive as their current iterations in the beginning, but the game is still even a fraction of that. Well, I agree and I disagree. The thing about Galaxy of Heroes and Marvel Strike Force, which a lot of people don't remember, is like in Marvel Strike Force, people actually bought a lot of premium orbs right when the game started to get ahead. And so there were people flushing thousands of dollars into premium orbs to get all the cards. Because when you first start the game, premium orbs actually have a lot of value. And there was a similar situation in Marvel and Galaxy of Heroes. Like if you wanted to spend a lot of money on whatever the chromium packs or whatever they're called, which after a while doesn't make any sense because the value on those tank after you have all the cards. But when people first started Marvel Strike Force, the Krakens were dumping thousands and thousands of dollars into premium orbs just to get all the cards because they had none. And premium orbs actually had some value when you didn't have that many character shards and there was a bunch of characters out there. So there always was a way of taking $10,000 of people right from the start on both games. And people did it. All right. This game feels like the most you can spend is about $400 a month. And I don't know if you think that's a lot of money or not a lot of money. It is a lot of money to me, but it's a lot less than $10,000 a month. And people do that in other games for sure. Or $2,000 a month or $5,000 a month. And this game does not have a way of taking more than about $400 from you a month. That's it. All right. Together, this amount is all right. This can either amount of 1.6. All right. This can either amount to 1.26 pull 4 cards and pull cards, or okay, depending on how you spend your tokens. All right. Finally, let's add some aspect. We'll see what we get. Spending $430 a month will get you 5 pull 4 cards and 0.2 pull 5 cards, or 2 pull 4 cards and 1 pull 5 card. So if you spend $430 a month, you can get 2 pull 4 cards and almost 2 pull 5 cards. If you go with the first time and focus getting all pull 4 cards, you'll pay $82 per pull 4 card. That's how much wow, that's when you think about it, that's how much they're. So this is what I'm getting out of all this math so far. Spending $10 to unlock Wave, to unlock Silver Surfer, to unlock Kabu is a steal. Because if you didn't buy Silver Surfer last month, Silver Surfer is going in as a pool 5 card next Monday. Yeah, Wave was a season pass card, right? Back in beta. Yeah. Unless you buy buying variants and seeing cash. Okay, so listen, I know that there's value in cosmetics. I want to just like say, hey, if you want to spend money on cosmetics, that's fine. But this type of analysis here is completely dismissing cosmetics altogether and just saying, hey, cosmetics are random. You get what you get, and that's fine. But if you want to spend for variants and things like that, that's up to you. But that's not a consideration as far as getting, because it doesn't affect gameplay. Cosmetics do not affect gameplay at all. So, all right. Yeah, Wave was a season pass. I think. Anyways, Black Panther or season pass, right? All right. If you are still collecting pool 3, this is different. So this is something I'm interested to say. If you're still in midway through pool 3, and I think most players that started at global launch that are free to play or light spend are still in pool 3, you're gonna get all the pool 3 cards for free, like eventually, and you get them relatively quickly. And you're gonna have, once you have pool 3 done, you're gonna have like 92% of the cards in the game. So pool 3 is pretty easy to get. So upgrading cards with more variants, which advances your collection ladders. Credits is what upgrades your collection level. Whether you're upgrading a variant or a base card, it doesn't make a difference. I mean, your collection level going up is a function of spending credits. Whether you spend them on a variant or a base card doesn't matter. I mean, that's up to you. All right, if you're still collecting pool 3, in case you get 479 tokens per $100 instead of the token bonus, you get a lot of pool 3 cards. You're getting 4 Pull 3 cards per $100 spent. All right. You also get half a pull forward per $100 spent. So for $100, you're getting almost 5 cards, 500 tokens per $100. But if you spend all tokens on pull 3 cards, you'll get a total of that many pull cards per $100. It gives you $21 per pull 3 card. Okay. Yeah, pull 3 cards. Like, you can spend collector tokens on pull 3 cards, which is fine, but you're going to get all the pull 3 cards pretty easily over time, no matter what you do. In like 6 months from now, everybody's going to, 4 or 5 months from now, everybody's going to have every pull 3 card. Everybody. For free. And not spend any money or any collector tokens on it. So you're going to get it. Yeah. Variants will only help if you're struggling with boosters. Yeah. So that's the other thing that nobody talks about, is that not only can you not just swipe your credit card and spend a lot of money and get everything, you actually have to play the game a lot to upgrade cards, because you need the boosters. Like, if you don't play the game, you can't just spend money. You actually have to play the game, and then you're capped at how much you can spend at about $430 a month. What a weird concept. To get everything, you actually have to play the game. What a weird concept. You can't just buy your way to everything. What a weird concept. What a weird concept, right? Not play the game and get everything and spend a lot of money. They're not having it here in Marvel Snap. You must play the game a lot, and you're only allowed to spend $430. Some people would say that is free to play friendly. I don't know. I'm just saying. For now, we only can go off of what is happening now. What they could do in the future, we don't know. I have no idea. I feel like this community is more price sensitive and more anti-gambling gacha mechanics than the other games I've covered. In soft launch, when they came out with whatever that garbage, what was that called? Nexus events, which was just a loot box. Basically, they were trying to make the game like Marvel Strike Force and Galaxy of Heroes, and the community hated it, and they yanked it. They got rid of it. The Nexus event was basically loot boxes, and everything that we've experienced inside of Marvel Strike Force and Galaxy of Heroes is what they were trying to do, but the community said no, and they listened to the community. So it was very different. Yeah. So I don't know. Are there pay-to-win mechanics in this game? Yes. Are there gacha components in this game? Yes. Are there predatory monetization tactics in this game? Yes. Is it 10% as much as they do in Marvel Strike Force and Galaxy Heroes? Absolutely. Like, this is so less predatory, less gacha, less expensive, much more free-to-play friendly than all the mobile games I've played. Like, 10 times better is what I'm trying to say. But there are elements of all of those types of things in this game for sure. And the community seems very sensitive to them, and they're very vocal about them, which if you go to we're going to be rereading Reddit, and people on Reddit are very vocal about this stuff, which is amazing. So anyways, let's keep going. All right. If you completed Pool 4, if Pool 4 is finished, you get 1989 from 400 tokens. You get replacement for Pool 3, 4 cards. So in total, it gets you to 2,300 tokens. About 0.4 of a Pool 5 card of your choice for $100. Okay. So basically, if you have everything maxed out, you're buying Pool 5 cards for about $240. In addition, you have a 0.25 chance of getting a random pool card for each of the 19 reserves you opened. So 19 reserves, expected random pool 5 card for $100. Together, this amounts to 44% of a pool 5 card for $100. gives you 200. Basically, if you have pool 3 and 4 maxed out, you're spending $225 for one pool 5 card. Note that in contrast to what's suggested by the devs, in the case pool 5 cards, the vast majority of cards will come from using tokens. So rather than finding a card from reserve, you're not going to, I mean, you could get super lucky and pull a pool 5 card, but if you pull a pool 5 card out of a collector reserve, you need to pat yourself on the back because basically other players are spending almost $200. So it's crazy. If you get 3.3 collector tokens pulls between each pull 3 card pull, they are basically free because once you get all pull 3 cards, you get more collector tokens when you get cash. Yes, this post is separating the difference between having all pull 3 cards and not having all pull 3 cards. Because once you have all pull 3 cards, when you would normally pull a pull 3 card, you get 400 collector tokens, but they're changing that. They're changing that to a random number between 200 and 600, and it should average out as 400. But they're right now every time I get 400 tokens, it's because like that's when I would have pulled a pull 3 card, but I have all the pull 3 cards. Buying cards doesn't seem worth it when the meta is constantly changing and there are several very good archetypes. I agree. And also spending your collection tokens is very, very, I mean, spend wisely. Like, don't just listen to like one person. I don't really know what's out there as far as YouTube content, but be very careful on who you listen to and what you buy. And there's a couple people that I trust and I listen to, and they're not even big on YouTube. They're mostly Twitch guys. And I watch what they're playing, and I watch how they play, and I watch what cards they have saved. You could buy the wrong card and waste a lot of time. Like, for example, Sentry, garbage card, garbage. Like, in my opinion, garbage, right? Someone that spent the collector tokens on Sentry, holy moly, what a specific, almost unplayable, not going to be placed into a lot of decks, low win rate card. Oh my God. And I don't know if anybody's recommending that, but I hope that everybody, at the end of the day, everybody's got to make their own choices and decide for themselves what they want to buy. But I'm saying choose wisely because it is very expensive. And so there are universal cards that I think are better than others. And for me, I went and bought Darkwing, pool 5 card. Very happy with him. Very, very happy with Darkwing. I bought Absorbing Man, pool 4 card. Very happy with him. Just one opinion that you can get of many people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just like I not happy with Thanos. Bought Thanos. Not happy with him. Bast. Bast has been okay. I don't know if now I didn't buy Galactus, but a lot of people that bought Galactus, I'll put it this way. I've been ruined by Galactus a bunch. Galactus is a pretty toxic deck, actually, in my opinion. I play toxic decks, but Galactus is kind of a weird card. But a lot of people have been very happy with Galactus. A lot of people have been very happy with Darkwing. As far as pool 5 cards, I can tell you this. I'm not happy with Thanos. I don't play him anymore. Like, anytime I play against the Thanos deck, I'm like, yay, probably going to win. Yeah. Galactus. Null seems unnecessary, in my opinion, because you can play Death and Spider-Man and Doc Ock and all that stuff. Maybe it's better with Null, maybe it's not. I don't know. Null just seems like a win more card to me. I think win more. Null doesn't seem okay. Null seems so specific, and maybe he'll be better later with some other cards. I don't know, but Null doesn't seem like a must-have. The thing about Darkwing is right now I'm playing Zabu decks, right? I don't know. Every Zabu deck is probably better with not Darkwing, Darkhawk. But Darkhawk requires other cards to work. Darkhawk pretty much requires Rock Slide, Korg, and maybe even Black Widow. You maybe Black Widow not as much as Korg and Rockslide. But you know, it's like, but hey, playing him, whether you're playing him for 4 or for 2, sometimes he's like 17, 19 power. It's crazy. I mean, what other card other than like Devil Dino is giving that kind of power? I mean, it's bonkers. Yeah. She-Hulk is really good. She-Hulk is a card that I got out of Pool Series 4 out of a box, a collector's reserve box. So I just got it out of the token shop. Very happy with She-Hulk. She-Hulk is an amazing card. She-Hulk and Absorbing Man, out of those cards, I'm very happy. Now, I randomly pulled Luke Cage out of Pool 4. Not really getting a lot of use out of Luke Cage. I'm sure that there's a place for him somewhere, but, you know, situational, maybe Hazmat, Typhoid Mary deck, whatever. Not really using him. Then I also pulled like, I pulled the shield cards in general are not great. I think Coulson's the best of the shield cards. I can't remember which one I pulled, but they're not great. I can't remember. I remember, I think I pulled Maria Hill. Let's see here. I just don't think they're that, the Helicarrier, Maria Hill, Agent 13. I don't know. They just don't seem that good overall. I pulled one recently and I can't remember which was, but I just remember it's like, I'm not going to play that. It wasn't Coulson, because I think there was a deck that's running Coulson I think is pretty good. Jonathan Snow, you make me feel bad buying Sentry. Yes, he sucks. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not saying you suck. I'm saying Sentry sucks. And here's something else. Like, before you buy a card, there's a website called Snap.fan. We're gonna pull it up. And we're gonna this is a website that I use. There's a website called Snap.fan, and there's an app that can link to your Steam account. But you can use the website without having the app. I guess the app also works with Android. It does not work with iOS. But you can click on cards, and then you can hit stats, and then you can sort the card by season, all, whatever you want to do. But you can sort by win percentage and Q percentage. Now, after looking at this data and win percentage, let's do like all time right here. Or, you can sort by, let's do pool 3+ like this. Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about, pool 3+. That's the right way to do it. This is going to take a second. It's not loading up. Okay, pool 3+. And then you can go win percentage. You go down to the bottom here, and Agatha's obviously a terrible card, right? Yellow Jacket's obviously a terrible card. Hawkeye. Valkyrie, not, look at that, on the bottom of the list. All right, I wouldn't buy Valkyrie. Just saying. Quicksilver, Rocket Raccoon, Null. Oh, Null's on the bottom of the list. Hazmat, you can kind of see Sentry on the bottom of the list. So something to look at. If you want, look what's on top of the list. Darkhawk. Holy shit. Darkhawk is on the absolute top of the list. Valkyrie is on the bottom of the list. Sentry's on the bottom of the list, so on and so on. But on the top of this list, you see Darkhawk. So this is the type of stuff that I look at before I make a decision on what I buy. I recently bought Shuri. I recently bought Darkhawk. I recently bought Absorbing Man. And what I want when I buy a card with collection tokens is I just actually want to enjoy the card. I just want to play the card in a deck and feel good about it. And I feel all of those 3 cards I've played and I've gotten use out of, and I think they were great. Like, do I think any of them are the best? Whatever, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's just like, as long as I get to play the card and it's not trash, then I got my value, right? And even Bast, I got value out of Bast, right? The only card that I kind of have a little bit of buyer's remorse on is Thanos. But the truth is I did play Thanos. I got a lot of value out of playing Thanos. It was fun. But it was a novelty, right? Like, I don't feel like It's a deck that I'm going to continue to play over and over again, and I really rather have had Galactus. I wish I would have bought Galactus instead of Thanos. So that's just where I'm at. But anyways, we got off on a tangent there. That was kind of fun. Yeah. Have you played Thanos with Lockjaw? Yes. That was probably the best build I play, was Thanos with Lockjaw. And I think it's fine. I mean, here's the thing. If you like playing, if you have Thanos and you play with Thanos and Lockjaw and you love it and you play it every day, then you got value out of it. It's not, I mean, you don't have to play just to win. You can play to have fun too. I'm pretty competitive. I like to win. I don't play to lose. So it is what it is. I'm more of like, I'm not afraid to play leader. Like, oh my God, some people are like, leader players are garbage, and they are. But I like winning, so I'll play leader. Like, until they nerf leader into oblivion, I probably will play leader from time to time because it's a good card that wins. Is it fun to play against? No. Is it a garbage card? Yes. Is it need to be nerfed? Yes. Is it unfun? Yes. Does it win? Yes. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Neither. So first of all, I want to say that I really like. I think Arrow is very strong also, but I feel like Arrow is a better card in that fun category. Like, losing to Arrow doesn't feel as bad as losing to Leader. I mean, I like the design of Arrow, and I feel like she's very, very, very strong. And when I lose to Arrow, I'm not pissed off. When I lose to Leader, I'm like, that guy's trash. Cheesy Leader card. Dude, and that's how I feel. And so I feel like I feel like there's something intangible about why playing against Leader is such garbage. It's just garbage. Absolutely garbage to play against Leader. But hey, if you want to win, play Leader. Leader's a good card. And so I will play Leader because I know it's a good card. I mean, you have to be, if you're being just looking at a card from like an objective basis, is this a good card or bad card? Leader's a good card and it should be played. But anyways. Yeah. So anyways, personal take, given the cost per cards, especially for pool and 5 that are harder to get without spending these amounts, I find it hard to take the direct intention that after Nexus events that they will now focus They will now focus on monetizing cosmetics as a genuine comment made in good faith. Oof. In games that sincerely base monetizing cosmetics, like Dota 2, for example, actual game pieces, cards here are very cheap or free. They don't certainly cost $225 a pop. I agree with this sentiment. I also was not expecting this game to be a Fortnite, League of Legends cosmetic game at all. That's just not my expensive. I'm coming from a very pay to win heavy game, and I'm finding Snap to be refreshing. But I feel like a lot of players that are playing Marvel Snap are coming from League of Legends or Fortnite monetization, where all of the monetization is cosmetic, and they literally have spent $0 on the game and never have spent a single penny. And they're wondering why this game is not like that. And for them, I think they're in for a rude awakening when they understand that most mobile games have some sort of monetization. And I think a lot of people, the idea of spending more than $60 or $80 on any video game, they're in that mindset that, hey, I'm going to buy a game. It's going to cost me $60 or $80, and I own the game, and I never spend anything on it, and the game is complete and it's done. This idea of a live service and the game costing more than that and it being a hobby and so on and so on. A lot of people are not okay with that. And Marvel Snap is definitely has a heavy monetization schedule. It is not Fortnite. It is not League of Legends, without a doubt. I agree with this. Wave Leader, Swordman, Odin. Yeah, that's super toxic. Oh my god. I haven't played that deck. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I haven't played it yet. Yeah, I didn't play I mean, I played Hearthstone when it came out. I don't really know a lot about it, to be honest. And I see in the comments people implying I deny you getting cards for free. This is always on my attention. I made the post help people considering spending cash and gold to get cards. Clear expecting what they get. So the game doesn't itself supply that clearly. Yeah, I also feel I think it's worth noting that the collector token system is designed intentionally to be confusing, and this is a typical ploy of mobile game developers making. Basically, the person that created this post had to make a spreadsheet to get to the real numbers of what things really cost. Think about that for a second. Somebody had to make a spreadsheet and deep dive into this to find out what the cards actually cost. And the developers' intentions was to make it needlessly complicated so you don't know really what $100 gets for you, what you're spending your money on. This is intentional. And this is a classic strategy in most mobile games. It is what it is. I mean, if you look at most mobile games, how many different currencies they have, like 19,000 different currencies and so on and so on. And then the even simple things like $100 gets you this much currency. And it's never a multiple of 10. It's usually a multiple of 8. They literally went to a psychologist and said, what is the most mathematically hard to calculate quickly in your brain number for a conversion ratio? And we're going to use whatever people spend money on to have a confusing monetization number. And it's usually like 8. They literally go to a psychologist and find out what is the hardest for someone to calculate in their brain. Like, what number, because if they were going to do like metric system, think about like how simple the metric system is versus the like pounds and quarts, and it's confusing, right? Metric system's simple, right? We want to make a confusing system so people can't calculate what things cost easily. Literally, that number right there is 8. And they choose that 8,000 for $100. They didn't make it 10,000. If they were really trying to make it simple and easy to understand and in the player's interest, they would have made this number 10,000. You get 10,000 gold, and then they price everything accordingly. But no, they actually know that it's hard to calculate in your brain that 8,000 to $100 ratio. It's like confusing, and you may need a calculator, and they use that number intentionally on purpose. Like, this is all cleverly crafted by to hide the real cost of things and to not make it simple, intentionally designed that way. Hey, what's up, Mark? What's up, Casey? Yeah, I really like this game. And the thing about this is, like, the stuff that they're doing here in Snap is 10 times less, like nowhere near as bad as what they do in Marvel Strike Force or Galaxy of Heroes. This game is a saint. And this game is so fun. And this game is so player friendly compared to them. But are they doing things that, and I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, Darth Microtransactions in the chat, like Diablo Immortal, it's like, we want every monetization system ever devised by every mobile game ever, and we're going to put all of them into our mobile game. Every single one of them. All of them together. Like, Wyatt, they said, hey, Wyatt, what kind of monetization systems do you want us to use? And he's like, yes, all of them. Well, Diablo Immortal is literally make a store, then build a game. Yeah. Meanwhile, your game costs $100K to max. This game cannot take more than $430 a month from you. Think about that. Diablo Immortal, $100,000 to max out. This game, if you want to spend and buy everything, not including variants, never mind. You can spend as much money you want on variants. I get that. But non-cosmetic, things that affect gameplay and card acquisition, $430 a month is all you can spend. That's it. Yeah, what's up, Wolverthor? Yeah, this game is cheap in compared to Diablo Immortal, Galaxy of Heroes, Marvel Strike Force. Absolutely cheap. Absolutely. How's it going, Wolverthor? Free to play is the way to go if you don't have the patience. I think this is my opinion. I feel that the best way to play Marvel Snap is to only buy the Battle Pass. I really feel that the $10 Battle Pass is excellent value, and giving the developers $10 a month, yeah, I mean, because they made a good game, is okay with me. I think for like a low to play experience and only spending the $10, you're going to have an excellent experience in playing Marvel Snap. And I think that's reasonable. $10 a month is reasonable. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Wolverthor. Yeah, I strongly feel that the $10, like I think for like value and like having a good experience in this game, and if just spending $10 is a good experience. And it's the game, the game is going to be fun. You're going to have access to good cards, you're going to have good progression, and you're going to have an advantage over somebody that spends nothing, which is basically what you're getting. You're spending $10 to get things that people that are 100% free to play are not going to get. And just look at the last two season pass cards, Silver Surfer and Zabu. They basically created archetypes. There's a Silver Surfer archetype. There is clearly, multiple Zabu archetypes, and I just for those cards, I think it's worth the $10. You get a lot of other stuff for the $10. Some of it's kind of useless, some of it's cosmetic, some of it is boosters. I get it. Not everything is good in the $10 track, but you still get a lot of value, a lot of other things in there, credits and gold and things like that. But just the card alone, I think, is worth $10. Yeah, Black Panther also. Black Panther, another card, totally worth the $10 in my opinion. And if you don't, here's the thing too, if you don't like the card, don't buy the Battle Pass. But I took one look at Zabu and it's like, yeah, I'm buying that. I took one look at Zabu and I was like, yeah, I'm buying that. I feel like the UI in the game is clunky, confusing at best. I'm really enjoying it, the game though. There's some things about the UI that annoy me. The one thing that annoys me is this right here. Like, I want to look at the deck and you can't. Like, I want to look at this deck. It's like, oh, I have to hit here and then go up here. And then I select it and I look at it. And then if I select a different deck and then I hit here, it doesn't update this to the last deck I was looking at. And then I load in with the wrong deck. It's kind of annoying. Like, I don't feel like it's that intuitive going from here and selecting the deck you want to play versus going into here and looking at the deck up here. I don't like that. I don't know if anybody else had that problem too. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm a dummy. Yeah. Coming from Marvel Strike Force and then MFR, this game is so cheap to be competitive. Correct. Literally, you can have a lot of fun for spending $10. And if you want to have almost everything and play, it's $430 a month, which is a lot of money. But compared to Marvel Future Revolution, Marvel Strike Force, Galaxy of Heroes, Marvels, that's cheap. It really is. I personally am only buying the Battle Pass, and then when they have those offers that have collector tokens that cost gold, I buy those because I know how valuable the collector tokens are. So I'm a sucker for the offers. So that was like the last Sunspot. The offer was Sunspot. I don't care about the Sunspot variant. I don't care about the Sunspot avatar. I do care about collector tokens, and I do care about credits. And so I buy those with gold. And I will buy the gold to get them. I do not play Future Revolution anymore. Marvel Futurama has to be closing the doors the next few months. Yeah, didn't I heard that there was like they're not really actively updating the game as much anymore. Yeah. Anyways, that being said, I still think people are expecting a Fortnite business model. I still think people are expecting a League of Legends business model, and that spending any money on the game other than for cosmetic is a sin against humanity and destroying the entire gaming industry. I mean, that is actually a valid point of view. It's not my opinion, but like when people have that opinion, I like, oh, all right, I see why you say that. I mean, there's whole YouTube channels that are dedicated to like anti-mobile game monetization schemes, and they want the game to be. What was the game that came out last year? It was the hack and slash game. Is Dark Souls 5 basically? What is that game called? What was I mean, it wasn't Dark. It was basically Dark Souls, a series of the continuation of Dark Souls. Elden Ring, yeah. So, I mean, I feel like people believe that is the only correct way to build games, period. And any other game that is not like Elden Ring and Elden Ring's pricing, it's trash and be thrown in the dumpster. There's literally people and it's like they only, and you know what? I think, didn't Genshin Impact make a lot more money than Elden Ring last year? I mean, it's just like, you know what I mean? I don't even know if Elden Ring made that much money. And so I don't know. I feel like it's a thing of the past. I mean, Elden Ring may very well be like one of the few and far last games with that kind of monetization scheme, which is very reasonable. You just buy the game and you beat it, and that's fine. You own the game. You don't have to pay any microtransactions or anything. It is what it is. 11 out of 50 spots on the season pass are boosters. Boosters not a reward. The easiest thing in the game to get. Having 1/5 of your battle pass, some of which are locked behind the $10, is horrible. I fully admit I like the value of the season pass, but that doesn't mean it can't get better. I'd rather have the pass was 40 levels with no boosters, or make them premium spots with tokens. Could be as little as 10 tokens a spot. Be as much valuable than boosters. It's bad enough that it's filled with cosmetic garbage like avatars. At least allow customization to stand out against your opponent. I said this earlier. If you do not play the game like as much as I do, you're not going to have enough boosters. Boosters are worthless to someone like me, but I also feel like battle passes in every game have some tiers that are just garbage. They're just fillers. And that is what they're doing. I mean, just bonus stuff is bonus stuff, my guy. If the boosters are no value to you, please understand that there's a percentage of the player base that probably doesn't play the game as much as this person, and the boosters do have value to them. People that are spending a lot of money and not playing the game a lot value the boosters. I don't. I play the game a lot. I buy the $10 battle pass, and then I also will go for those gold packages, those packages that cost gold that have collector tokens, but I'm not spending $430 on this game at all. Not even close. I mean, I'm paying 10 and then whatever, and whatever it costs to get those offers that have collector tokens in it. But anyways, I get it. I mean, I guess it feels bad. I don't disagree with this idea that it feels bad, but they're useless. Boosters exist as rewards for the same reason they're changing collector tones to 200 rather than revenue. Revenue jading psychology. Yes, we're going to talk about that. They want to have bad feeling rewards or so that you'll play more to get the good feeling ones. I agree. 100%. It's more pay to advance than pay to win. I agree. So the one thing that they haven't told us, which is kind of shady in my opinion, is the schedule. Like, when is pool 5 going to be full, and when are they going to start moving cards from pool 4 to pool 3, and so on and so on, pool 5 to pool 4. And I feel like a lot of the criticism of this game can be justified depending on how that it looks and what that looks like. We have to actually see what that looks like, or else we're just speculating and we don't know. So we're going to try to figure that out. I mean, but so like for me to have to say, hey, this game is great or garbage, kind of depends on that. And I feel like a lot of the posts that I read on Reddit are valid in saying, hey, what's going on with this horrible collector token system? I don't understand what you're trying to do. When are you going to move cards from pool 4 to pool 3? And when are you going to move cards? Is it going to be one a week? If they're going to just keep adding cards to pool 5 and then not one-to-one start moving them out of pool 5 and into pool 4 and then from pool 4 to pool 3, then what's the point? I mean, are they just going to make it that you're always behind and then they're going to keep introducing very good pool 5, power creeping the hell out of pool 5 cards? I mean, this is a valid complaint. So I don't know what that looks like. And we'll have to see, right? We just don't know. All right. What are the pools you can't figure out? Okay, that's a good question. Let's see. Pools. Okay, so the pools, let's see. This is not what I want. All right, so this, I guess we got to talk about this. So, not IGN. Not PC games. We need like an actual Marvel Snap Zone. Okay, so when you start the game, there's starter cards, and then you're in pool 1 from collection 11, level 18 to 214, and there's 46 cards in pool 1. Then, once you've completed and you have all of the pool 1 cards, you start getting cards out of pool 2. And pool 2 consists of 25 cards, and that is from collection level 222 to 474. Then most people are in the middle of pool 3 right now. Pool 3 is from 486 to about collection level 3000. And that's a total of 77 cards, and they come into your account randomly. Then once you have, so you're gonna be in pool 3, and you're gonna be getting pool 3 cards randomly until you finish all of pool 3. And then pool 3, when pool 3 ends about, let's say it's random, but it's around collection level 3000, let's say. Then after you finish pool 3, instead of whenever you open a collector's reserve, you will get sometimes the collector's reserve will give you 400 tokens. It starts giving you 400 collector tokens when in place of a pool 3 card that you don't need or you can't get. Once you have all the pool 3 cards, you start getting collector tokens. You start getting 400 collector tokens instead of the pool 3 card. Pool 4 cards come out a very small chance. It's like it ends up being about 1 in 40 cards. 1 in 40 collector reserves will give you a pool 4, and then about 1 in 400 collector reserves will give you a pool 5. It's just basically not going to happen. Does that explain? Is that a good explanation of the pool system and what that means by pool 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Shannon Davis. Hey, Boomer. I quit Marvel Strikers a couple months ago. Happy to see you doing more Snap content recently. I think Marvel Snap's an excellent game. I'm it's like a new girlfriend for me. It's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm totally enjoying Marvel Snap right now. Yeah, so excellent. There are pity on rule on Series 4, but not on Series 5. Correct. It's about 40 collector's reserves. So I've pulled 3 pull 4 cards out of collector reserves, and I've pulled 0. It's 10 times more rare. I've pulled 0 cards out of pool 5. And I got lucky. One of them was She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk's an amazing pool 4 card. Oh, Kat knows what I'm talking about. Kat's, well, she knows that I have like relationships with video games, and I'm married to Marvel Strike Force. But I was originally married to Galaxy of Heroes that I got a divorce, and I married my girlfriend. What a weird way of thinking of it. Oh my God. Maybe Kat won't want to hear that. I don't know. Is Zabu Spider-Man Story Man combo good or bad for Snap? Ooh, it is toxic as Toxic is all get out. I've been playing the Zabu Spider-Man Absorbing Man combo. I don't think it's fun to play against. I think it's as toxic as Leader is. I think there's going to be a pushback. All right. You pulled Sentry? No, Sentry is pull 5. Sentry is not a good card in my opinion. Feels bad, man, that you pulled a super rare card and it was not a good one. Is there a way of getting Zabu free to play? Not really. So what happened? Let's back up a little bit. People that did not buy Silver Surfer, don't have Silver Surfer, right? Because they're free to play. They didn't spend the $10. Silver Surfer is going into Pool 5 next Monday. That is like, you're not seeing him anytime soon. Like, it'll be like, so if you don't buy Zabu, the chances of you getting him is months away. And it's actually unknown because they haven't told us the schedule from first of all, Zabu won't even be added into Pool 5 for a month, let's say. Then we don't know when Zabu is going to be moved from Pool 5 into Pool 4. We don't know when he goes to Pool 4, we don't know when he's going to go to Pool 3. And you're not going to see him when he's in Pool 5. It's just not realistic. It's a 1 in 400 chance per collector box opened, collector reserve opened. And you're just not going to get that. It's going to be completely random if you get him. And you're not going to even have a small chance of getting him for like a month. Anyways, as I said earlier, the best value in the game, without a doubt, is the $10 battle pass. Just for the card, it's worth it, in my opinion. Yes, Silver Surfer is going into Pool 5 on Monday. So if you did not buy Silver Surfer, he's going to Pool 5 on Monday. And that's 6,000 tokens. Those tokens are so valuable. Like, the $10 is cheap compared to what, you know what I mean? Yeah. So whether you spend $10 a month or not is up to you. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. And I think there's a lot of value in the battle pass. I think that you can have a good experience free to play. I think you can have a better experience, a better than $10 experience if you spend the $10. I really think it's worth it. Player profiles. Why Marvel Snap collection method is getting so much pushback. As seen here, many different types of player profiles that Mark Rosewater. Okay, so this is about Timmy and Spikes. This is for Magic the Gathering. Lead developer of Magic the Gathering assigns players. This article is getting outdated and was further expanded upon a few years ago. I think I'm a Timmy. Or I'm a Spike player. Anyways, we'll get to that. We'll read it. It's going to be funny. But why go much during the death and why we really only need basic principle is being discussed here. Timmy's called a power gamer. Yeah, I'm a Timmy. Timmy likes to win big. He doesn't want to eke out a last minute vigor. He wants to smash his opponent. He likes his cards to be impressive, really enjoys playing big creatures, big spells. So that's going to be like a Dark Hawk. What sets Timmy apart from other two profiles, Timmy is motivated by fun. He plays Magic because it's enjoyable. Timmy was very social. As an important part of the game is sitting around with his friends. Timmy cares about the quality of his win and the quantity of his wins. For example, Timmy sits down and plays 10 games. He only wins 3 games out of 10, but the 3 games he wins, he dominates his opponent. Timmy had fun. Timmy wakes away heavy. I actually don't know if that's me. Let's keep going. Johnny is the creative gamer. Magic is a form of self-expression. Likes to win, but he wants to win with style. Very important to Johnny that he win on his own terms. So this is like a theory crafter. As such, it's important for Johnny to use his own deck. Playing Magic is an important for Johnny to show off his creativity. So I'm sure there's people out there that will buy Sentry, and that's fine. And they will make a deck that works with Sentry, and they're the best because they did it their way. They like pixel art variants or whatever, and they upgrade every pixel art variant because they think they're the best, and whatever. That's fine. I can't really spend $10 a month as college students, sadly. I understand. I get it. $10 as a college student is a lot of money. Yeah, it is. I mean, I do this as an occupation, so it's the cost of doing business. It's hard for me to assign value. Everybody has a different value thing, and I write it off. It's the cost of doing business, so I see things a little differently. Johnny likes a challenge. Johnny enjoys winning with cards that no one else wants to use, like Sentry. He likes making decks in innovative ways. Yes. What sets Johnny apart from the other profiles is Johnny enjoys deck building as much or more than he enjoys playing. Johnny loves cool interactions of the cards. He loves combo decks. Johnny is happiest when exploring uncharted territory. I feel like right now, Hella players. You know, Hella is also in that category right now. Like, I don't know if Hella is like that great of a deck. I think it's a good deck when it wins, but it doesn't win all the time. And when it does win, it's pretty cool, but it's a combo, right? And I think that's kind of like Hella players. Spike. Ooh, maybe this is me. Pixel art slander. I think it's. I hate the pixel art. I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible. Spike is the competitive player. Spike plays to win. Spike enjoys winning. To accomplish this, Spike will play whatever deck is best. That's the leader players. This is people playing Daredevil into Professor X. This is people playing Galactus. This is me, the Zabu player who plays Zabu into Spider-Man, into Sorbuwan. This is me right here. Leader players 1000% are Spikes. Spike enjoys winning. To accomplish this, Spike will play whatever deck the best deck is. Spike will copy decks off the internet. Yes. Spike will bother other players' decks. Yes. To Spike, the thrill of magic is the adrenaline rush of competition. Yes. Spike enjoys stimulation of outplaying the opponent and the glory of victory. Spike cares about the quantity of wins, than the quality. For example, Spike will play 10 games and wins 9 of them. If Spike feels he should have won the 10th, he walks away unhappy. Holy shit, that's me, man. I don't know. So where what are you guys in chat? Are you a Spike, Johnny, or Timmy? I just happen to be a Spike. I don't know what to say. I'm a shameless Spike player. Timmy, all right. Timmy, all right. Spike also. Johnny, yeah. Tim Johnny hybrid, definitely not Spike. Johnny, I suppose. Yeah, everybody's different. I don't think they would make one of the main cosmetics that they earn money from tradable. Yeah, Timmy. All right. I guess it's kind of important because everybody's different, right? Hazmat Johnny right here. Okay, Hazmat, yeah, is definitely Johnny. Yeah, Hazmat. So Hazmat Wong, Luke Cage, Typhoid Mary, whatever combo, right? Hazmat player. Hazmat's getting a stat boost on the patch. All right. I bring this up because we've seen people not understand why a large portion of the players are upset at not being able to have a full collection. Yeah. Having all the cards won't allow you to climb to infinity. You can win Series 2 cards if you're good enough, so on. This is a very spiked mindset where winning is the only thing that matters, and the collection method causing problems primarily by the other two. God, why does this person have to use logic? I am one of these people that actually have said this right here. Oh God, this guy, this is a good post. I bring this up because I see people not understand why large player base is upset not being able to have a full collection. I've said that. Having all the cards won't allow you to climb to infinity. You can win with Series 2 decks if you're good enough. This is a very spike mindset. Where winning is the only thing that matters. And the collection method causing problems primarily the other two. Timmy can't get big cards freely like She-Hulk, Destroyer, or Death. Timmy cannot easily get a hold of cards like Galactus has a huge effect on play. Timmy cannot play the latest and greatest deck that high rolls out of the composition because they can't get the cards. Johnny cannot play new cards and test how they work. Johnny cannot theory craft a card like Galactus because they might not even be able to get one. They can't even break M'Baku because they can't get a hold of him reliably. Yeah. Johnny will play M'Baku in a Cerebro 2 deck and win, right? And they will lose most of their matches. And when M'Baku jumps out the deck on a Mystique Cerebro for 7 points and wins the game, they're probably happy when that happens 1 out of 100 matches because they can't get a hold of him reliably. Johnny, whose purpose is deck building, is agency, has no agency, can't get the cards to build the decks they want. 1000%. Spike is is mostly sitting pretty because they can easily play Kazoo or Devil Dino Control and easily get to infinity, but they might be frustrated when the highest win rate deck requires multiple cards that are completely out of range. This is why the collection method game is getting such pushback. Only one of the 3 major player psychological problems being catered to And even then, it can be debating on what cards they can open. It's not about winning every player. Most people are something entirely different. Now, clearly, this is a frustration marketing example. Basically, 2 out of the 3 players are frustrated. And the solution that they are selling is to spend $430 a month. And you will get cards at a much higher rate. And you will get way more cards than someone that is not willing to spend $430. So this, in my opinion, very well will be intentional by the developers. The developers have designed a system that is to frustrate players into spending. And the solution to this problem is spend $430 and you will get cards at a much faster rate and get the cards that you potentially want a lot quicker than anybody else. But you got to spend the money. So that's how mobile games work. Is Dino still good in Series 3? Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Please understand that Pool 2 cards, Pool 3 cards, Pool 4 cards, Pool 5 cards has nothing to do with the quality of the cards or the competitiveness of the cards at all. Very, very few cards are just better. It's just that, the combos and not being able to build a deck because you don't have all the cards is impacted. The only card that is I kind of feel is just better is Darkhawk. It's just a better card. It really just is. That's the only exception I think to that. But Devil Dino is competitive card at all levels. Absolutely. It's crazy that I have my car payment. I know, right? Yeah, M'Baku was fun with Lockjaw to keep him in the damn deck. Yeah, I know, right? All right. Marvel Snap keeps introducing cards pretty much no one else can get. I hate this white background. Marvel Snap keeps introducing new cards pretty much no one can get unless you spend $430 a month. Why I'm not missing my formal Hearthstone. Started needing to buy loads of RNG packs and expansion, but my new game Marvel is doing with his new card release is almost as confusing and frustrating. I agree. Marvel Snap does not release huge collections of new cards at a time. It releases a handful. Yeah, one a week. Right now, the Savage Land has 1 card you can get from buying the $10 season pass. You get a lot of other stuff with it. And then 4 being introduced in the Series 5 over the introduced last month. Correct. What this means in practice is that the computer dumping cards into Series 5, the game is created a situation where it keeps releasing cards 98 players simply won't get or see or even see. Again, what I said earlier, because they have not announced when they're going from 5 to 4 and 4 to 3, this is a valid argument. This argument may be invalid as soon as they announce how they're going to move cards from 4 to 5 and 4 to 3. Then there won't be, this argument may not exist at all once that is known. It's unknown at this time. I don't think that it's going to be generous. I don't think it's going to be player friendly, but it's not known. The game is a curious situation where it keeps releasing cards and 9 players won't get or even see. While it's clear whale fishing or big spenders, they're not an easy path to collecting the used cards either. $430. In Marvel Snap, Series 3's cards are given around once every 4 collector caches or so, with 470 cards being Series 3 to collect. It's a long, long time to get them all, which is what the mass player base is currently working on. But then it's supposed to be 1 in 10 chance that a 1 in 4 cache Series 4 instead, correct? And a 1 in 100 chance that it's ultra rare Series 5 card. 1 in 400 chance. 1 in 400 chance. Who wrote this article? It's worse than he states. And that's where all these new cards, like 4 out of 5 this season, are being dumped. All the cards added last month besides the Battle Pass Silver Surfer went into Series 5. So after their respective season battle cards like Surfer and now Zabu, go ahead, you get a Series 5. Correct. The alternate here is spending 6,000 collector tokens on a single Series 5 card, which rotate through the shop. But if you don't have every Series 3 card, you only get 100 tokens every few so caches and enough paying to save up 1,000, much less 6,000. Now, when you're finished with pool 3, instead of pulling a pool 3 card, you're going to be getting 400 tokens on average. So the rate of collector tokens goes up drastically once you've finished pool 3. And if you're not spending money, you will finish pool 3 over a period, let's say 5 months or so. But then again, even for Whales or Shella mega price bundles that it can include 2,000-3,000 tokens, it's almost unattainable. The fact there's only been 2 bundles sold ever, correct, and I bought both of those, even directly included tokens all, and one had the gold equivalent of $86, other cost $107, correct. You get gold for free, and that's what I spend my gold on. I spend my gold on these bundles. So the actual dollar amount of these bundles, when you factor in how much gold I gotten from playing the game for free, was probably a third of these amounts here. With this, while this means in practical terms that 80% of the new cards Marvel Snap is introduced part in the hugely expensive or hugely rare tears that almost will never ever get, even mini big experience, it's not a logical system. Secondary Bimbro comment on this and agrees with the current system is not good, but it maintains it will change in the future. In the end game, players will get an average 4 new cards a month. As free to play, you'll be able to choose from whether that's a free a Series 5 card, and Series 3 cards have been demoted, or Series 4 cards and Series 3 cards have been demoted. Correct. This has not been implemented yet. We do not understand or know anything what it's going to be or the timeline of that. All right. I'm curious to see how this feels once we get started in that rhythm. I think it's unfortunate right now most folks aren't able to engage meaningfully with the Series 4 and 5, though. Yeah, okay, that's true. That may be a dream, but right now it's not how it works right now. Correct. Mainly because no cards even have been demoted to Series 4 or Series 3. Correct. Just show up in the pool. And no timelines have been given up on when that'll happen. Correct. This is the entire problem right now, is that this has not been announced. Once Series 3 is completed, you start getting more tokens, and hence the idea of being free-to-play players can save for Series 5 card a given month. But we are far, far away from that now, and most players are getting maybe collection level 2,500 to 3,000 before completing the entire series. That's a long ways off for most everyone else. Even someone like me has been playing nonstop. We'll see how this changes in the future, but the new season feels like it's another batch of cards we'll pretty much never see to play on our decks. All right, good article. The only thing I can say about this article is that this is off. It's 1 in 400. It's worse than he thinks. Like that would actually help his argument. Right? That would help his argument, right? I mean, that is not taking from his argument. You know what I mean? Shuri was a great buy with tokens. I bought Shuri. I feel like I've gotten used to having. I have Shuri pinned. The only card that I think I like, I do like Absorbing Man. I'm getting more use out of Absorbing Man and Darkhawk and Zabu decks currently, but Shuri is completely viable. It's just, I think if you are a power gamer, like if you are the Timmy, you'll probably like Shuri more. If you are a Spike, you probably will like Darkhawk more. But anyways. Forbes, dark mode, please. I know, right? 6,000 collector tokens, yes. And these pool 5 cards will only get harder for new players to get. Depends. It all depends on the schedule of moving cards from 4 to 5 and the rate that they do that. When are the pools going to be full? And are they going to be moving 1 card a week? This is the way I see it. They're going to say that, okay, the pools are full. Pool 5 is full. Pool 4 is where it is. And now we're at 1 for 1. We put 1 card into pool 5. We take 1 card out of pool 5 and put it into pool 4. We take 1 card out of pool 4 and put it into pool 3. When is that going to happen? Let us know, Second Dinner. When is that going to happen? All right. For person only spins on the battle pass, you recommend I spend my gold on. I personally think that the best thing to do and what I spend my gold on is exactly what they said here in this article. Buy the bundles that have collector tokens in it. There's only been 2 of them. I actually think largely the bundles in the game are not a good deal. But what I do see being a good deal, like I do not like this deal. I think it's terrible. I like the $10 battle pass, and then I like the bundles that cost gold that have collector tokens and credits in them. And I am saving my gold for those bundles. And I will, and so if that means you can only get one bundle every 2 or 3 months, maybe that's what it means. You may not be able to get a bundle. You may not get every bundle. You may not be able to get them, but I think that's the best way to spend gold. And so the two bundles here. Let's see if we can click this link and if it'll take me to the bundles. Yeah. Cyber Holiday bundle was 7,500 gold, and it had 3,000 collector tokens and 9,500 credits. Yes, I liked that one right there. The other one I liked was the Winter Wonderland. One of these, which was 6,000 gold, and it had 2,000 collector tokens and 8,000 credits. So I like the only bundles that I personally see any value in are the ones that include collector tokens. I don't like cosmetics. It's not that I don't like cosmetics. It's just that when I get a cosmetic, I think it's cool that I get it, and I definitely have a preference to ones that I like more than others. But this looking cool does not motivate me to spend $49. What motivates me to spend $49 or spend my gold is getting something that will help me build more decks and win more. And that's going to be collector tokens. All right. Anyways, this 4-bar article is okay. I like it. It feels like my first 3 pull cards were amazing. Then it went all downhill from there. 39 cards left, and I still don't have Death and Patriot. Oof. Those are pretty clutch cards. Death is a vital card in several decks, and Patriot is a must-have card in several archetypes, without a doubt. Go to the store. They rotate bundles every few items, days, weeks. The bundles where the tokens are the ones that I'd watch out for. Shannon Dave is correct, 100%. I spent my initial tokens to help finish full 3s. Don't regret it. Fine. I think MSTZ Bootman's Lady Bears about tokens has some really good comments explaining how tokens in the Acro system is completely awful. I haven't seen the Bootman video. I don't even know who Bootman is. I've not seen. I follow a lot of content creators, but I don't know who Bootman is. The real question is, since I started watching you and Arnold from the Galaxy of Heroes, which is better, Galaxy of Heroes or Snap? I personally feel Snap. They probably have not reached the number of pool 4 cards they want to yet. I agree. I wonder if the cards removed from Series 3 were put on the track or exclusive for the token shot after the original 3 series complete. So the way that I see this working, good question. The way that I see this working is, let's say they move Luke Cage from pool 4 to pool 3. And so once I open up like 4 collector reserve boxes, then I will get him. Right now, I get collector tokens instead of pulling pool 3s, and I get 400 collector tokens in place of where I would have normally pulled a pool 3. But when they move a card from pool 4 to pool 3, I'm going to probably pull it then. Now they are changing the collector token system so that it will, instead of just giving 400 tokens, they're doing more of an RNG gambling thing where it'll have anywhere from 200 to 600, and it will, in fact, average 400. All right. Feels like my first pull 3 cards are amazing. Then I want downhill from there. 39 cards left. I still don't have Death or Patriot. Sucks. Hello. How's it going? I like the variants, but I'm much further in. I won't be spending on variants. I need tokens more. I am a Spike player, so I don't see the value in spending money on cosmetics. Like, I've played League of Legends and I've played Fortnite, and I've never bought any cosmetics. I just don't. I in Marvel Snap or Marvel Strike Force, they have costumes. I just don't care. What's my favorite card? Iron Man. I love Iron Man. I love Iron Man and from the MCU, and I like his mechanic, and he's by far my most played card. I've played him a lot. I'm currently not playing him, but I've played a lot of Iron Man. So it's just my favorite card. It is what it is. I've been playing for October now. I have 3 cards in Series 5. You're ahead of everybody else. Hopefully you have good ones. How do you decide which to switch the archetype deck you're running when you get bored? Yes, when you start seeing counters. All right, this is really stupid. When I get bored, or I'm also like right now this is not logical. This is OCD mentality right here. So the deck that I'm currently playing right now is Toxic Zabu. And when I have all of these with the infinity border, I probably will say, okay, I've played this deck enough. So I've got 3 cards right now that do not have the infinity border. So that means I need 500 credits. And then I'll probably say, it's enough is enough. I've got all of them infinity border. I need to move on to something else. Does that make any sense at all? Like, I'm just like, okay, I've got all of them to infinite. That means I've played them a lot. All right, I need to move on. And 6 pull 4s. Oh, you're ahead of the game also. Yeah. Well, what if I like winning and like good doing it? Well, I don't think the three player types is absolutes. I mean, it's like that, what is that psychological thing where I'm an ISTG or whatever? I don't think it was absolutes. I mean, it's pretty generic to place all players into 3 absolute categories. I believe everybody's probably a hybrid of the 3. Yeah. So the number of pool 3, 2, 1 increasing over time? No. Pool 1 and 2 are static. Pool 1 and 2 are static. What pool 3 is fixed right now, and at some time in the future they will be moving cards from pool 4 into pool 3. So new cards that are being added to the game are going into pool 5, and then the pool 5s will go to pool 4, and then pool 4 will go to pool 3. So the pool 3 someday will be, so right now we're getting 1 new pool 5 card a week on average, and the idea is supposedly they're going to be moving 1 card a week from pool 4 to pool 3. We'll see if that happens or not. I think they should really experiment adding new cards directly into pool 3, pool 2. Monies. I think that's a good idea, but I think they like making money. I'm at collection power 480 advice, which I'm getting collector power tokens. Excellent question. I don't specifically know that answer. And the reason why I say that is that when I was at collection level 480, there was no collector tokens. And so I had to get my pool 3 cards the way that everybody else got their pool 3 cards. I think if there is a deck that you really want to play and that you've done research on it, let's say you really like the Destroyer, like the Spectrum Destroyer deck, and you have all the cards to make the deck work but Destroyer, maybe you should buy Destroyer from the Collecting Toker shop. I think you're gonna have to make your own decision on that. I really do. But if there's 1 card missing from that is critical to making an archetype or a new type of deck to play, and that agrees with you, then maybe you should consider it. But I would be careful. I think part of it is we got to have fun, right? And you got to do whatever is going to be the most fun for you. And I think if it's 1 card, like for example, let's say you have Silver Surfer and you really can't play Silver Surfer without Brood, in my opinion. So maybe Brood is the card that you buy just so you can play the Silver Surfer deck. Does that make sense? Hey, brother, I live in Costa Rica. Pura Vida. Pull 1 and 2 are locked. 3 will expand, correct? What's going on here? This isn't Twitch. I know. What's up, Sacred? Do you want to be a mod here too? Oh my God. Roland. How do I mod people in here? I don't even know how to mod people. Let's see here. You probably don't want to be mods everywhere, do you? Let's see here. Let me see if I could add you. I can't abuse my mod powers here. Oh my God. Hold on. Let's see here. Are you moderator now? All right. What's up, Sacred? So for a card that like Infinity, do you retire or place it a new base copy? Okay, so God, this doesn't help gameplay. This is just me OCD. Right now I want to get every card that I play with the Infinity border. Some people like a purple border, some people like an orange border, whatever. I just like the Infinity border. Then I will start working on variants that I like. And this is just an OCD thing. It does not affect gameplay. Everybody plays the game differently. It is. My audio is going in and out. I don't know. If you convince another contractor to come over to Snap and partner with them, who would they be and why? I've already did that, Arnold. Refresh Crip. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, for sure. I quit spending on Marvel Strike Force and giving $10 a month to Snap with a smiling face. Dude, $10 a month is a good deal in this game. $10 a month is a good deal in this game. I don't think you have to spend the $430 a month. I think if you spend your gold on the bundles that have collector tokens in it, that's gonna be the best use of your gold. And $10 a month, in my opinion, is a no-brainer. If you're gonna spend $10 a month on this game, that's the way to do it. I mean, it's the best value without a doubt. I want Hela so bad. Hela I consider to be in the fun category. It's very RNG, not very consistent. What do you think of Mr. Negative? I played a lot of Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative is also a fun deck in the RNG category. There are some competitive Bast, Mr. Negative, Silver Surfer decks. And Mr. Negative decks, see, the reason why I like Mr. Negative decks is that, as I stated, my favorite card is Iron Man. There's nothing more busted than playing Mr. Negative on turn 4 and then on turn 5 drawing a 0-cost 5-power Iron Man and dropping into the lane, instantly adding 10 points and then doubling the power of everything else. It's broken as all get out. Zero cost, 5 power, doubles the power. Oof, what the best combo in the game. Pretty random. It seems like every time you pull Mr. Negative, Iron Man's already in your hand, or you play Mr. Negative and then you don't draw into Iron Man. And then if you want to be more busted, play Iron Man and then you clone it with Mystique. Oh my God. Pull 4 is I pick more chance to pull new cards, but 4 like She-Hulk's amazing. I was subbing anything else really. My favorite 2 pull 4 cards right now are She-Hulk and Absorbing Man. I have so much fun with Zudex. I haven't pulled Patriot yet. It feels like it holds me back so much. Yeah, Patriot would be a card that I personally would consider for spending collector tokens on if it was holding me back from building a deck that I wanted to play. I grind for collector chests and then buying pull 3 cards in the token shop. Yeah, that's fine. Since when did I have a choice for being your mod? You never choice. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. I've been having a lot of fun with the Zabu Jubilee deck I made, but also annoy me with a deck with like Storm Professor, Arch, Korg, Yondu, Cable. Yeah, absolutely. The best to do is a way until you get your collection level 1000, because then when your card pull drops to 25%, 50%, then you can see what cards you need to complete decks. I agree with this. See, all of this stuff didn't exist when because I played in closed beta, so I think that's a good recommendation. Listen to this guy. I'm a fool. I use collector tokens to get Invisible Woman. Ooh, so I can have all 4 of the Fantastic Four. That's definitely in the fun category. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. I think that's a fun way of playing this game. I don't know if that's a min-max spike way of playing this game. I wish you could change the border of your cards but continue to level it up. Okay. I think I love that part. I can level up. I have a wrench now. Okay. Same here. I need Patriot and other cards I need for the deck apart from the main card, Patriot. Yeah. I think, see, the reason why I think Patriot is going to be a popular pick for collector tokens is that it allows you to play an entire archetype. And so there are certain cards like that will. Like, I guess since we're talking about Patriot, Invisible Woman, what is maybe used on a Hela deck sometimes? Like, what is Invisible Woman really good for? I mean, there's a couple discard decks that work with Hela. Or there's a couple discard decks that work with Invisible Woman, but it's largely not played. It is what it is. Patriot is like the key card to make a deck work. And if you have all the other cards, then you just get Patriot. Now you can play a new deck. It's a big deal. So I think Patriot is a better choice than Invisible Woman for buying collector tokens in that particular example. Just bought the premium, not the premium plus. I like the combo of Mr. Negative and Jane Thor. Oh, so then... Oh, then she draws a 0-cost card in your deck. Huh. I didn't think of that. That's actually pretty good. So why you run Jane Thor with Mr. Negative? Because you can flip the cost and Jane will pull them in your hand, your deck. Yeah, it's interesting. But then what if... But the only problem is what if you draw... What if you play Mr. Negative and then you draw Jane Mighty Thor? Then she's a, what? A 6-cost card? And that's a dead card if you draw her late, right? Yo, how's the grind going, dude? Do you think the new cards that release in January, like Siren Dazzler or Shadow King, can break other meta? Shadow King looks interesting. Sauron looks very specific with like a certain type of deck. Like, you know, and I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but it seems like it's going to slot into a very specific deck. Like with Zero, Red Skull, Typhoid Mary. It's going to be like a 0 deck card. It may or may not be busted, but if it is, it's only one deck. Dazzler, I think, is going to be good. Maybe with Thanos. Shadow King is the one that I'm the most interested in. I think he's going to get more use. That's my opinion. I love collecting favorite comic covers that are cards. There you go. Pretty cool. Finding out you're actively playing Snap. Used to be watching a bunch of Marvel Strike for Galaxy when I played it. There you go. On reveal. Infinity Watch works with Ebony Maw. That's all I can think. Patriot deck, it works in. Favorite card to play so far? Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel. So there's a big debate out there. Which card is better, Vision or Captain Marvel? I prefer Vision over Captain Marvel. They're very similar, right? Vision can move around whenever you want. He has 7 power. They both cost 5. Captain Marvel will move into location. I really like playing Shuri into Vision. I think I like the Vision card better myself. I bought Mystique, so useful in many decks. Mystique is an excellent card. Mystique is a flexible card that does so many things in so many decks. She's good. She can copy Darkhawk. She can copy Patriot. She can copy like a million things. She gives you all the 0 costs. All right. If you enjoy Visible Woman, try using on a Hela deck. That's where I see people using Invisible Woman is on Hela. She's honestly a key linchpin for a Hela discard. Trying to play Hela, use big pair of cards. Yep. Hey, what's up? Yeah, then you're screwed. Dazzler Ultron? Sure. Dazzler Ultron, sure. That makes sense. Shadow King is very OP, in my opinion. I also agree. Can't wait for Legendary card in events. We'll see. She's got to cost 8 costs, and then she brick if you doesn't happen, so it's rare if it happens. Yeah, Dazzler is not that interesting to me. I don't know. It seems very situational. I don't know. We'll see. It's unknown. She could be amazing. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a must-have yet for me. Ghost is coming to key card and control decks. Ghost is in the data mine, but I don't know when she's coming out. Can you put Chavez in his surfer deck? Chavez is one of those cards that Chavez makes the deck more consistent. Boy, that's a video right there. Should I put Chavez in XYZ deck? That's a whole video right there. The answer is maybe, but I think you can try Chavez in multiple deck. You know, you can try it with and without and just see what you like better. But if you're not ever, I play a deck right now with Chavez, and it makes my getting Zabu more consistent. And often on turn 6, I'm very glad to be playing Chavez. Like, it feels good. Not in every deck, though. It does feel good. Mystique is one of the best cards in the game. Top 5, in my opinion. There you go. Zumi, thanks for the tips to make it work for fun. Start playing Snap 2 weeks ago. I forgot Galaxy of Heroes. Any tips? I'm entering into tier 3. Have fun. There's a couple decks. I would just have fun. And as you pull 3 cards, research them to see if there are archetypes that you can build around them. But I would continue playing. You're kind of stuck playing your pull 2 decks for a while until you start pulling pull 3 cards, and then until you pull 3 cards that allow you to build archetypes. It is what it is. All right. I need to make a video. What am I gonna do? Let's see. Let's do this. I see this button here. All right. I need to make a video, but I feel like I kind of got lost. How do I make this into a video? All right, I want to make a video and publish it on YouTube. There was something that I was looking for on this. All right, we're going to make a video. There was a couple, boy, their Reddit moves. There was a couple Reddit posts that I read yesterday that, and you know my upvote system. There's a specific Reddit post I'm looking for right now that was quoting the Ben Brode changes to series. Maybe I've saved it. Yeah, that's not it. I mean, I guess I could go to the Twitter and pull it up that way. Yeah, let's pull it up on Twitter. Search Ben Brode. Stop adding more RNG in chess. 200 is 400 tokens. Why not leaving it at 400? Feels metronomic. What does that mean? Oh, he didn't use the right word. What word did he mean? Feels metronomic? What did he mean to put there? That's not the right word. Metronomic chemotherapy? That's a cancer drug, meaning regular action or temper. Oh, wait a minute. Mechanically regular. Feels mechanically regular and boring. End result can be the same, but the journey is more fun. All right, so we can start with that. Let's close this out. Okay, let's see. This is exactly what I wanted to talk about. Any familiar with gambling used to call out token randomization provably makes the game worse for people. I don't know what this is. Probability theory Kelly bet is a formula that determines the optimal theoretical size of bet. Is valid when expected returns are known. It is a scientific gambling method. Sharpe ratio, definition with examples. Sharpe ratio, return of investment risk. It's a mathematical expression inside of excess returns over a period of time may signify more volatility and risk rather than investing skill. Sharpe ratio provides a portfolio excess returns by measure of its volatility and excess risk-adjusted performance. See, I was a stockbroker, so this stuff I know. Calculation based on historical returns or forecasts says higher Sharpe ratio is better when comparing similar portfolios. All right. Random and tokens will create a bigger rift between people who are lucky and people who are not. Average number of cards across the entire base remain the same, but you'll have more people at the top and bottom. All right. So there was a mobile gaming patents. Not player friendly. There's an article that I have talked about a lot. Let's type in Kabam. There's a article that I'm looking for. I have made videos about this article before. I thought it was a good so I'm sorry that I don't have it on the tip of my fingers right now. I've made videos about this. I wonder if I have to go back and look at one of my old videos. Let's see. Kabam mobile gaming guys. Mystery boxes. This is an actual patent by Kabam. Mystery boxes that adjust due to past spending behavior. A system and method for varying distribution of probabilities of individual potential awards associated with the probability item bundles depending on a purchase history of user actively activating a probability item bundle. That's what I wanted to talk about. All right, and then there's another thing that I want to talk about. I got to pull this up in Discord. This is going to take me a minute. Let's see. Let's see what we're looking for here. I'm sorry. I'm looking for a video that I've watched before. Is there a way on in a thread on your Discord DMs where you can sort just for like YouTube links or links only in the conversation? That's what we're trying to do right now. Like if I'm looking in a private message with me and somebody else. Oh, here it is right here. All right, I found it. All right, we're going to watch this video.
Behavior behavior regarding skins shocking. He also felt this was just one part of a larger conversation about loot boxes that the industry isn't having.
I have had companies come to me of significant size come to me and ask for consultations on how to make sure what they're doing with loot boxes is legal. And one of the things they're doing is what is called dynamic odds, meaning if you don't spend money, you're going to win all the time. And why is that? It's because you are now walking around in game as a billboard to everyone else who wants that cool skin you're wearing. So they'll give it to you because you're not going to spend money anyway. But if you're someone who they know will spend $100 until they keep spending until they get what they want, your odds of winning are going to lower because they know you'll spend more and more and more. That is literally rigging a system that it goes against every gambling regulation. It goes against every basic law in this space, and it's happening in at least a few companies because they've gone over it with me. I can't say who because of attorney-client, but it's a legitimate issue, and I guarantee if these handful are doing it, many are doing it. I think the reality is that the industry is doing something it knows is wrong. When I go into the industry meetings, when I go into the rooms of lawyers or the rooms of publishers, industry insiders, their confidential rooms and everything else, it feels like I'm sitting in the 1970s rooms with the tobacco companies explaining to each other why smoking can't cause cancer. That's what I am hearing when they go over their studies of how loot boxes can't cause kids to get addicted to gambling or can't be triggering any kind of endorphin rush that's creating addictive tendencies.
People My Games reached out to Valve for a comment on this story, asking, given that in 2016...
across all age groups. But the reality is it's just never gotten the attention that I would have thought it would after 2016 and beyond.
But while Ryan told us that he found Valve's behavior regarding skins shocking, he also felt this was just one part of a larger conversation about loot boxes that the industry isn't having.
All right. What do you think of that? I just changed my mind from the random 200, 406, and I think they're fine. Maybe it's the same with Blitz credits after Blitz wins. They increase the amount received at the same time. Yeah, very informative. Yeah. Interesting, huh? All right. I want to make a video. Let's organize this video. We're going to record it real quick here. No gameplay today. All right, we're going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. All right, let's see here. All right, so on a monthly bill, spend $330. Pull 3 not completed. All right, pull 3 you're basically going to be getting 200 tokens for $100. So basically, it's too long. A pull 3. Pull 3 card costs $21. A pull 4 costs $82. A pull 5 cards just $225. Monthly maximum based on 40 things. All right. All right. We're not going to talk about that. Not going to talk about that. Not going to talk about that. All right. We're going to make a video right now. All right. I actually need to, before I start the video, I've got someone here in the house working on the house. I just got to make sure they're okay. Hold on, I'll be right back. Kitty cat. Yeah, back already. Wanted to make a video about some of the changes that are coming to Marvel Snap and why it's creating a lot of discussion on various forums and Forbes and Reddit, and a lot of it has to do with the leaks that came out last week. Let's start the video over. All right, we're going to make a quick video about some of the changes that are coming to the way that collector tokens are going to be distributed once you've completed Pool 3 cards. We're going to talk about how collector tokens are currently working and what it's going to be and why it's controversial. And we're also going to talk about the pool system and some various articles. The first thing is that there was a release of the patch notes on the South Korean forums. And what they said they're going to do is that they're going to add some RNG into the way that collector tokens are being distributed. Currently, once you've completed Pool 3, instead of pulling, when you would normally pull a Pool 3 card, you get 400 collector tokens. And they're going to change that so that it has a variable rate anywhere from 200 to 600. Now, a lot of people ask about the pool system. And before I get into discussion about the changes being made, I want to explain the way the pool system works. Right now, there are 5 pools in the game. And Pool 1 is, there's first of all the starter cards you get when you start the game, and then there are 48 cards that are in Pool 1 that you get from collection level 18 to 214. And then when you get past 214, you start randomly getting Pool 2 cards. There's 25 cards. And then once you've completed all the Pool 2 cards, which ends at 474, you start going into Pool 3. And then Pool 3 starts at 486, and you get Pool 3 cards. And you will have received all of the Pool 3 cards around collection level 3,000. And then what happens after that is that when you collect all the Pool 3 cards, then you start getting when you would have pulled a Pool 3 card, you get collector tokens instead. You get 400 collector tokens. So like, right now, I've got all the Pool 3 cards, and every once in a while, I open up a collector reserve, and I get 400 tokens, and that's because that's where I would have normally pulled a Pool 3 card. Series 4 have a very low chance. It's like 1 in 40 of opening out of a collector reserve, and then Series 5 is even worse. It's like 1 in 400. And the idea that they're going to have is eventually they're going to move, all the new cards are going into Pool 5, and then they're going to move the cards from Pool 5 to 4 and then 4 to 3. And so the changes that they're being made, a lot of people are kind of worried about them. It says like stepping, adding more RNG in chest, going from 200 to 600. Why not leaving at 400? He says it feels like kind of mechanical and boring. The end result is the same, but the journey is more fun. Well, but why do this? I want to talk about why do this, and then we're going to talk about a Forbes article. And the reason why I think that this is going into place is because, it's a strange thing to do, and this being the only justification. But I'm going to talk about some patents that actually exist in the mobile gaming industry, and then also what a mobile gaming lawyer is saying about dynamic odds. And this is very controversial, and this is tinfoil hat. I don't know that Snap is doing this, but I know that other mobile games are actually doing this. And then let's read this before we get into that. Anyone familiar with gambling needs to call out the token randomization. It is provably makes the game worse for people. Experienced investor gamblers usually aware of things like Kelly Craig Sharp ratio. Those are This is a gambling thing. This is an investing thing. Basically put, if two assets have the same average return, one with more variance is provably worse. That is definitely true in investing. That's my background as a stockbroker and financial advisor. Basically put, if two assets have the same average return, but one with more variance is provably worse. If Benbro walks up to you and say, hey, we got this asset that rewards you 10 tokens a month, but we want to change that to average of 10, but it'll be as low as 5 or as high as 15. A rational person who understands probability should say no to that. Randomization tokens game will only create a bigger rift between the players who are actually lucky and the people who are not. Average number of cards across the entire place will remain the same. What about this, though? There's an actual patent that's in place by another mobile gaming company by Kabam. They've claimed multiple times that they do not use this patent, that they just created the patent for the sake of creating the patent so that they could sell it later or, prevent one of their competitors from doing it. Mystery boxes that adjust due to past spending behavior. This is an actual patent that was filed in 2014 by Kabam. Kabam is the makers of Marvel's Contest of Champions and other games. Now it's owned by, I believe, Netmarble. Abstract, a system and method for varying the distribution of probabilities of individual potential rewards associated with the probability item bundles depending on purchase history of a user activating probability item bundles. What this is saying is that, yes, the odds for a given loot box or collector reserve has a fixed amount, but they're manipulating it on between the different users based on how much money they have spent. So yeah, the question is, why would they make such a silly change? Why not just leave it at 400? Instead, they want to add this variable so that it goes from 200 to 600. Other mobile companies have patents that decide who gets what based on spending patterns. This is confirmed by a lawyer, and we're going to watch this video. This is a video by People Make Games, and it's titled How Valve is Profiting from Steam's Backdoor Casinos. And this is an interview, and this is a industry lawyer by the name of Ryan Morrison, and he's known as the video game attorney, founder parting for Morrison Rotham. And we're going to just play this clip and listen to what he says about these loot boxes and maybe how this applies to Marvel Snap.
I've had companies come to me of significant size come to me and ask for consultations on how to make sure what they're doing with loot boxes is legal. And one of the things they're doing is what is called dynamic odds, meaning if you don't spend money, you're going to win all the time. And why is that? It's because you are now walking around in game as a billboard to everyone else who wants that cool skin you're wearing. So they'll give it to you because you're not going to spend money anyway. But if you're someone who they know will spend $100 until they keep spending until they get what they want, your odds of winning are going to lower because they know you'll spend more. That is literally rigging a system that it goes against every gambling regulation. It goes against every basic law in this space. And it's happening in at least a few companies because they've gone over it with me. I can't say who because of attorney-client, but it's a legitimate issue. And I guarantee if these handful are doing it, many are doing it. I think the reality is that the industry is doing something it knows is wrong. When I go into the industry meetings, when I go into the rooms of lawyers or the rooms of publishers, industry insider, their confidential rooms and everything else, it feels like I'm sitting in the 1970s rooms with the tobacco companies explaining to each other why smoking can't cause cancer. That's what I am hearing when they go over their studies of how loot boxes can't cause kids to get addicted to gambling or can't be triggering any kind of endorphin rush that's creating addictive tendencies.
People Make Games reached out to Valve for a comment.
So, why change the system is the question. Is it because it feels boring, or is there some other reason? Maybe they're playing with the odds. Maybe they want to introduce gambling endorphin transactions where you feel good when you get 200 and you get 600. I don't know. This is all tinfoil hat conspiracy stuff, but I don't know why they're changing it. And the only thing I can come up is with these two, this patent that, suggests that they're manipulating the odds. And then this lawyer who's been in the industry, industry insider with other mobile games. And he's saying this is actually what they're doing. So that's very interesting. Now, I also want to go over loosely related to a Forbes article, which I wanted to read because I thought it was interesting. Marvel Snap keeps introducing new cards pretty much no one can get. I like this article. It says, let's just get to the point. He says, why I'm not missing any of my former card collecting games like Hearthstone, Storm, and new buy loads of RNG packs and every expansion. My new collecting card game Marvel Snap is doing what its new card releases are almost more confusing and frustrating. Marvel Snap does not release huge collections of new cards at a time. It releases a handful of cards. That's right. It releases basically one a week. But now this new Savage Land has one card you can only get from buying a $10 season pass, and then 4 being introduced into the Series 5 tier of cards, which was introduced last month. So this is also true. Now, if you did not buy Silver Surfer on the last pack, Silver Surfer will be going into Pool 5 on Monday, and that is one of the cards being added into Pool 5. So if you don't buy the $10 pack, you're going to have to wait a long time before they even go into the Series 5 pool, which is like nearly impossible get. What this means in practice is that by continually dumping new cards into Series 5, the game has created a situation where it keeps releasing cards that 98% of the player base simply won't get or usually even see, or this is clearly whale fishing, even for big spenders. There's not an easy path to collect these new cards either. And then in Marvel Snap, Series 3 cards are given out every 4 collector caches or so. And so basically until you have all the pool 3 cards, every 4 of those caches, you're getting a pool 3 card. Then once you have all the pool 3 cards, that's where you're getting the 400 tokens, which is going to be changed for a variable rate anywhere from 200 to 600. With 70 plus cards in Series 3 to collect, it's a long time to get them all free to play. That's for sure. I think it takes about 5 months if you do free to play, which is what the vast majority of the player base is currently working on. But then it's supposedly a 1 in 10 chance that the 1 in 4 card cache is a Series 4 card Ascent. I believe it's 1 in 40. It's actually 1 in 40. There's supposedly a 1 in 40 chance for the Series 4 card instead. And then 1 in 100, and I believe it's 1 in 400. So these numbers are a little worse than what's stated here. I believe it's 1 in 400 chance that it's in an ultra rare Series 5 card. And that's where all the new cards like 4 and 5 are this season being dumped. And all the cards added last month, and besides the Battle Pass Silver Passes, also went into Series 5. After the respective seasons, the Battle Pass cards like Surfer will be headed to, you guessed it, Series 5. So I do want to say that I feel like the $10 pass is a good value. Absolutely, this game. There's a lot of value in playing Marvel Snap, and if you just spend $10, you get a good card. I think it's worth it just for the card. I feel like if you're going to spend $10 on Marvel Snap, that's the best place to spend it for sure. The alternative from spending 6,000 collector tokens on a single Series 5 card, which rotates through the shop. But if you don't have every Series 3 card, it means you only get 100 tokens every few caches, and it's a pain enough to save up 1,000 tokens, much less 6,000. This is true. But then again, even for whales to shell out mega price bundles that include 2,000 to 3,000 tokens, it's almost unattainable. In fact, there have only been 2 bundles ever that even directly included tokens all, and the gold equivalent of $86 and another cost at $107. Now, a lot of people ask me what to spend gold on. I personally feel that those bundles that have the collector tokens, there's only been 2 of them. I went and bought those. In fact, there's the only 2 bundles that I like. I don't like the other bundles that are just cosmetics that don't have collector tokens. So I save my gold, and I save my gold up for the bundles that have the collector tokens. So I like those bundles that have the collecting tokens. There's only been 2 of them. And you get a lot of gold. And a lot of people say, what do I spend the gold on? And some people buy variants, some people buy credits. That's fine, but I think you're better off waiting for those bundles is the best value. What this means in practical terms is that 80% of the new cards Marvel Snap are introduced are being put in these hugely expensive or hugely rare tiers that almost no one will ever get, even many big spender. It's not a logical system. Ben Bro commented on this and he agrees critical rhythm is not good, maintains will change in the future. Yeah, because they haven't announced yet how they're going to release cards from Pool 4 and downgrade them into Pool 3. Same thing from Pool 5 to Pool 4, which they're going to talk about here. In the end game, players will be getting an average of 4 new cards a month. As free to play, you'll be able to choose whether that is a Series 5 card or the Series 3 card that you've just been demoted, or 2 Series 4 cards and the Series 3 cards that have been demoted. That's what they're saying is that free to play, you'll get about, once you've completed your Pool 3, you will be getting about 6,000 collector tokens a month for free, is what they're stating right here. I'm curious to see how that feels once we get started into that rhythm. I think it's unfortunate right now most folks aren't able to engage meaningful with Series 4 and Series 5. And this is the point. Maybe it's a dream. But that's not how it works right now. And this is the part of the article I largely agree with, mainly because no cards even have been demoted from Series 4 to Series 3 to show up in that pool. And no timeline has been given on when that'll happen. Once Series 3 is completed, you start getting more tokens, hence why the idea even free-to-play players could save for Series 5 card in a given month. But we are far, far away from that now, and most players are getting to maybe collection level 2,500, 3,000 before even completing the entire series. It's a long ways off for almost every audience, even someone like me who's been playing nonstop. And you don't have to play a lot. You just basically need to complete the daily objectives, which doesn't take a lot of time. But yeah, it'll take about 5 months for that to happen. We'll see how this changes in the future. But for the new season, it feels like another Heaven Bench cards we'll never see and play in our decks. Now, I just want to talk about some analysis here. And this is, and the reason why I find this a little bit frustrating is that they've created this collector token system where somebody had to build a super complicated spreadsheet just to calculate how it works. And the one thing I can say about this is that they do pretty much cap spending at about $430 a month in Marvel Strike and Marvel Snap. And if I compare that to the other games that I've covered, like Marvel Strike Force or Marvel or Galaxy of Heroes, literally those games you can spend, hundreds, thousands, $10,000 a month if you want to. It is capped in Marvel Strike Force, being that before we dive into one important aspect to consider, it takes 9 days to spend every 100 gold. So if you want to spend gold, then you can do that, and you can spend about $300 and something a month. And when you do that, you're getting reserve tokens, you're getting credits, and so on. And all of that has been calculated in here. And what they're calculating, and this is kind of interesting, basically he just goes through and calculates the all cost, and that you can spend a maximum of $430 a month. But the actual cost is this: a pool 3 cards, basically when he did all of his math, cost $21. A pool 4 card costs $82. A pool 5 card costs $221. And that's based off spending a maximum of $430 a month. Now, did you think that a pool 5 card is worth $225? I don't know. I feel like they've done a good job in hiding this number from the community by making the system complicated. And pulling these out of collector reserve boxes is very challenging. It's like 1 in 400, and it takes a long time to get collector tokens. And if you want to accelerate getting collector tokens, you got to spend and the $100 on gold. Do that 3 times, spend that over 9 days, refreshing all of your missions and buying all the credits, and so on and so on. Let me know what you think about all this system. Are you worried about it? I have mixed feelings about it. What I feel about this system is that it is, it is technically predatory. They're definitely using psychological hooks and different ways of getting money out of players. It's just a lot better than the other games. I want to say it's like 10 times not as bad as Marvel Strike Force, but I think a lot of people are coming from, games like League of Legends and Fortnite, and they're playing Marvel Snap, and they don't like this. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Are you okay with this, or are you not? Let me know. Bye. All right, let's upload that. Gamers are cool. I know, I forgot the music. All right, let's upload the video. I haven't done any gameplay on this stream yet. We'll do some gameplay. All right, let's see here. Let's upload the video. Just buy the bundle variants with the collector tokens. Correct. I do not. Okay, first of all, I guess I don't know if I was clear in the video. I do not buy or like these right here. If you want to buy this because you think the artwork looks cool, then that, and it's exclusive, that's fine. But as far as progressing your roster and getting cards and tokens, I do not like these at all. What I do like are the bundles, and there's only been 2 of them, that cost gold, that include credits and collector tokens. There's been 2 of them, and I will continue to get those. And I also recommend saving gold for those. I think that's good. Can you hear that? Can you hear the can you hear the background noise? I hope you can't. Yeah, I don't see the value in this at all. Like, literally what you're buying is an exclusive variant. And if that is worth it to you, then buy it. But it doesn't. It's not a good deal. You're literally just buying cosmetics, which is fine. All right. Little when you speak, but you have to listen for it. Yeah. All right. Well. All right. So I'm uploading this video. All right. So I do want to do some gameplay. I mean, that was my intent when I started streaming today, and we've basically we've been here for 2.5 hours now, and I haven't done any gameplay. I've been having a good time though. You guys enjoying the stream? Yeah. Well, thank you. All right. What do we got? I'm uploading the video right now, so I'm playing with YouTube. So give me just a moment. I'll be right back. I'm just doing that. All right, let's see. We've got the video. I need to link the video. Oh, let's actually make a better thumbnail. I think I could make a better thumbnail than that. Let's see. Control T. All right, let's do that. We're going to copy this layer, Control J, and then we're going to hit remove background. All right, then we're going to put the text, and then we're going to make that in the middle. And then we're going to Control T and make it bigger. And then we're going to put the Snap logo. And let's see, where do I want to put the Snap logo? All right, is that a thumbnail? Whoa, I'm getting better. Do I need red arrows? Oh my, do I need red arrows? Can I set her the 92? Kind of. The problem is that it's tied to this. It's tied to this, so I can't really. All right, what do we got here? I'm not very good at making thumbnails. I think we're just gonna leave it alone. I should center the 92, but oh well. What do you want to do? Let's see. We had to export this. Export as a JPEG. Not clickbait. All right. So, this is the part of the stream where we actually play the game. Okay, the deck that I'm using right now today is this Toxic Zabu, which is based off of a couple key cards. Zabu, of course. My 4-cost cards to go along with Zabu are Darkhawk. Because we're playing Darkhawk, means we got to play Rock Slide and Korg and Black Widow. So those 3 cards all push things into their deck. So like Rock Slide gives +4 to Darkhawk, Korg gives +2 to Darkhawk, and then Black Widow does that also because when they don't draw a card, they're adding +2, adding 1 card to the deck. So that's basically +2 to Darkhawk. The main thing of this deck is locking down lanes, and that's why it's Toxic Zabu. And that is Storm locking down a lane, Spider-Man locking down a lane, and then Spider-Man being copied by Absorbing Man. Very annoying. Now we can push power into other lanes with Doctor Doom. So that's kind of the main strategy if we don't have enough power and the lane has already been locked down by Storm. Scorpion is just a good card. No real strategy with the deck. I believe it's just a good card. And then White Queen also, she does synergy with Zabu, so yeah, she gets the cost reduction, but she's just a good card. And then lastly, America Chavez basically allows us to play this deck, which means that effectively we're just playing with an 11-card deck instead of a 12-card deck, and then she is drawn on turn 6. And she's useful. There's many times where I needed that extra power. Absolutely. So that is the deck we're playing. And I'm at 92. Oh, my negative deck? Yeah, I'll show you negative deck after this. Let's do one hand, then I'll do the negative deck. I'll show you my favorite negative deck. All right, Korg is out. Yeah, I need to play another deck. Okay, so what happened is I changed my deck up, and I dropped from 91 down to 89 by changing my decks. And so what I want to do, I think, is just get to 100. And then, all right, this ruins Darkhawk. Oh my God, this ruins Darkhawk. So Darkhawk is a dead card. Does he know that that's a dead card? All right, we're going to retreat. Lamentis ruins Darkhawk. Absolutely. There's a couple locations that are not favorable. The one where people draw cards. Drawing cards is bad. And then this. Yeah, just anything that draws cards or destroys the deck absolutely ruins Darkhawk. All right, somebody asked a question. The question was, can you show your favorite negative deck real quick? Yeah, Galactus is bad. Well, Galactus is kind of bad for everybody, right? My favorite negative deck? Okay. All right, so this is a Bast, Sarah, Mr. Negative, Silver Surfer deck. I play this a lot. But so basically you got Bast, which flips everything. You don't need Bast. I suppose you could play. If you don't have, I don't know if this deck works that well without Bast. I mean, the idea is to give extra 3 power because you have low cost cards. And same thing with Mr. Negative, is to flip it. Forge, usually play that, and that goes into Brood. And then you play Psylocke turn 2, and then hopefully you can play Mr. Negative on turn 3. Mystique copies Iron Man, which is amazing. Silver Surfer. So many of the cards in this deck are 3-cost cards. Mystique, Silver Surfer, Rogue, Wolf's Bane, Brood, of course. Mr. Negative, just a good card. And then Sarah allows you to dump your hand on turn 6. Iron Man is so good when you get him for 0 cost, 5 power. So that's my favorite Mr. Negative deck. Now, I know the questions about Mr. Negative. I actually kind of like this deck build better. I found this to be a little bit more consistent. This is really just more a good cards, control-ish Silver Surfer build with Sarah. So there's a lot of RNG with Mr. Negative, and this deck right here is just more consistent. I found this is by KM Best. That one that adds a copy to your deck is insane just for simple cards or Sarlacc and Rock, and they keep stacking power through the match. Yeah, that's good. I hate Ego and Morag map. Morag, I don't mind. Ego is super annoying. And what's the other one? World Ship? I think that's garbage. All right. Let's see if we can get to like 93 or something like that. You can't play after turn 4. That's good for my deck. Yeah, Weird World. Ugh. Playing from opponents' hands. There's a lot of ones I don't like. All right, Domino. My best guess is they're playing an Agatha deck of some kind. I don't know. Let's blow this up. We're going to create some problems here. So we've got Doom in our hand, which is good. I'm going to snap here. All right, if I pull Absorbing Man,
Aid my hand.
I really wanted to pull Absorbing Man here. If I pulled Absorbing Man, I would have Spider-Man'd here and then Spider-Man'd again with the Absorbing Man. But we'll do this. All right, so that delays that right there.
Aid my hand.
All right, so that delays that. What do you got, my guy?
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
He can't play any turns this. He can't play any cards this turn, so he retreats. Yeah, he could not play any cards right there. He was dead. I believe the Sarah deck without Mr. Negative is more consistent. Correct. I like Mr. Negative and I like it, but the problem is that it's the whole combo is drawing Iron Man, and so you if you play Mr. Negative on turn 4, then you have one chance to pull him on turn 5 and one chance to pull him on turn 6, right? But what if he was already in your hand before you placed Mr. Negative? So then you run Psylocke, and then you hope to play Mr. Negative on turn 3, and then you hope to draw Iron Man on turn 4, 5, and 6. Or you play Magic, so you get another draw. It just feels like, I don't know what the math is, but the math of playing Mr. Negative while Iron Man is not in your hand, and then drawing into Iron Man doesn't seem to be that often. 1 in 5 games, 1 in 10 games. I don't know. If you played the deck, you tell me. It doesn't seem like it's that often. I don't know how good that is. Season pass. All right. 100 gold. All right, so if this is going to be okay for me if I get what am I looking for? I'm looking for Doom. Maybe we'll get Doom here. Cosmo? Okay. I ever log into Galaxy of Heroes for fun? I don't know, man. Maybe. Might make a good video. This is not good. Not playing a card on turn. I mean, I imagine it's bad for my opponent also. I mean, I've dropped a Korg and a... All right, they got Zabu. We're behind for sure. All right, I believe the best value here is White Queen. Maybe I'll get a good card from him. I'm looking for Doctor Doom here. Doctor Doom would allow me to get into that first lane. She-Hulk? Wong? Spider-Man would be fun here. Yeah. So that'll cost 1 less, 5. This is a lot. This is an L. I mean, if he's playing Wong, he's probably playing like something to bounce over there. I think this is a loss. I'm gonna play this out for funsies, but I don't see this as a W. I do have problems with movement decks, but movement decks generally are bad. And nobody plays movement decks at this level, typically. Yeah, I don't see the reason to play this. I really don't. He's got a free She-Hulk. He didn't play last turn. He's got a free She-Hulk at a minimum. Movement decks are fine. They just seem telegraphed, like easy to know what they're going to do. I don't know. I just don't play against... I don't see that many of them. Maybe people forgot about them. I don't know. But yeah, typically movement decks have an advantage over mine. Unless I lock them out. We'll see. I don't know. Ongoing effects are doubled, so that interacts with White Hawk. Ongoing effects disabled here. All right. We're going to put Scorpion in the middle. Spun Spot is such a good card. Do you like this art? Should I have 10 unopened collector reserves? Should I wait after patch open? I don't know. Ebony Maw? Okay.
Wind, aid my hand.
What do I want to draw? Let's talk about it. Typhoid Mary, yikes. I don't think this is going to work, but we're going to try it. We'll see. No.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
We lose. All right, we're dipping out. All right, so what collection level are you at? I have to think about this. I'm trying to think about this for a second. What collection level are you at? $12.70? I mean, don't you just want to get through pool 3 as quickly as possible? I mean, by opening those 10 things, you're going to get like 2 pool 3 cards, right? Don't you just want to get all of them? Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the upside to saving them. Yeah. What would be the upside to saving them? Someone's at my front door. Hold on. Hello? 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 Machine World doesn't work with Black Widow because they just give the Widow's Bite back to you. Oh my God. Daredevil players. Don't Daredevil players take the longest time? Oh my God. They take forever. Like, I've never, like, it's like, they take like an hour to play Professor X. Like, I don't understand Daredevil players. Like, just play Galactus in the middle lane and get it over with. Like, I know that's what you're trying to do. He's actually probably debating whether or not he's going to dip out or not. Play Galactus in the middle lane. Then he won't be able to win. Yeah. This right here ruined his Galactus plan. All right, you had to take 10 minutes to do that. All right, let's. Maybe he's gonna play. Well, I got to see how. What is he gonna play? I don't understand that. I'm so annoyed now. I'm doing this for the. Yeah, there. Just play Galactus. Oh my God. All right. So does that negate Absorbing Man? Does that negate Absorbing Man? Ooh, I played it wrong. Well played. I played it wrong. Oh, I had to play Spider-Man into the middle first and then Absorbing Man to the left. That is so subtle. If I would have played Spider-Man in the middle and Absorbing Man on the left lane, then that would have been fine. Yeah. So that was a misplay on my part. And I should have been able to see because I knew he's. Well, let's look at that. Let's recap that. Let's deep dive what I could have done differently there because that. All right. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Let's see, let's refresh this. This is delayed. All right. Where's turn 1 through? I don't understand. This is not working right. That's weird. It doesn't show turns 1 through 5. Huh. I wonder why that is. Normally you can go back and see it. It'll show you what the board looked like on turn 4. All right. Well, it doesn't say. Well, here's the thing. He calculated that blowing up my Spider-Man and knowing that he had priority means that my Spider-Man... See, that it was contingent on him having priority and me putting Spider-Man into the wrong lane. Right? I won't ever make that mistake again. If he didn't have priority, that wouldn't have worked. If I would have put Spider-Man in the right lane, that would not have worked. So I don't think that was like a, necessarily like a obvious move. Like it took a couple seconds to figure it out. Is this deck slow to grind because people are just going to escape at turn 6? Yes. This is a low point deck. I run Psylocke instead of Scorpion, so I can play 4 costs and say anything I do not Zabu. Any thoughts? Scorpion is just. So, I think I've done that. I would try both, but my guess is Scorpion's better. Okay. This is kind of this kind of screwed me here. All right, I want to play Rock Slide. There. All right, should I just do the rest for points? How can I get the most points? 6 points. And then we'll play... Chavez the last turn. All right, he got out. We swap for a Absorbing Man and Darkhawk. I don't feel like this particular deck you can substitute Absorbing Man, unfortunately. I think that there are alternatives to Darkhawk for sure. I would play a different Zabu deck than this deck list if you didn't have Absorbing Man. Absorbing Man seems vital. I don't think there's a good replacement for Absorbing Man. A Darkhawk, you can take out Darkhawk and you can put in Jessica Jones. And then because you're not playing Darkhawk, you can get rid of Korg and Black Widow and put something else there, like Iceman. Iceman's a better card than Korg. You can play Lizard instead of Black Widow. But Korg and Black Widow are just there because of Darkhawk. And if you're not going to play Darkhawk, then don't play those two. I think Rock Slide is still a good card without Darkhawk. But if as far as replacing Darkhawk, you probably want to use Jessica Jones. Moon Girl? Again, I think Moon Girl's a different deck. See, this deck right here is very specifically trying to lock down all the lanes with Storm, Spider-Man, and Absorbing Man. That is its goal. There are other amazing decks with Moon Girl and things like that. They just do something different. Yeah, I have not played Zabu without Darkhawk, and Darkhawk is very good. What do I want to do? Opponent snapped? I'm gonna roll right here. Let's see how it goes. All right, the idea here is I'm going to lock this lane with Flooding, and then we're going to lock this lane with Spider-Man. Do I even need Zabu here? Leech. Oh, my God. All right. Huh, we win. Should I snap him back? He retreats. Thank you for the 4Q. He retreats. Wow. Wow, I got screwed. Wow, if I would have played Chavez here. Wow. 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 All right. Let's see if this loads up on this thing. Wow. Yeah, see, I screwed up. All right, right here. Right here. This isn't right. I could have. What would have happened if I would have played America Chavez into the middle? Four more points. No, I still would have lost, right? I still would have lost with America Chavez. That was a bad beat. I'm going to go cry now. Yeah, Chavez would have lost. I was just trying to see if Chavez would have won for me, and no. I still would have lost. I should have... I mean, I knew he had Magneto. Why didn't I think about it? I mean, I knew he had Magneto in his hand. Why didn't I just think about how Magneto in the right lane would have played out? Right? So the question is this. Is matchmaking based on collection power or ladder level? I believe it's based off of three things: current rank, collection power, and elo. This is a tough situation. Yeah. We actually don't know how matchmaking is, but it's based off of at least those three things.
Wind
Okay.
aid my hand.
All right, what we're going to do here is super sketch. We're going to play Spider-Man right into the middle. So that way he can't play anywhere on the last turn. Let's find out if it works.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Yeah, we won the game. Thanks for the... I should have snapped him there. Yeah, dip out. Retreat. Cards cost one less. All right. All right. So we are going to stream for a little bit longer. I've known that leader's annoying for 2 weeks, but I still don't know what he does. Haven't looked it up yet. Oh, really? Leader copies whatever you or your opponent has played. So basically, your opponent plays leader, and then whatever you play gets copied.
Wind, aid my hand.
Colossus? Okay. Yikes. Oh, man. That was my win condition mostly. It's not annoying. It's an on reveal effect. On reveal effect. This is not that great right here, guys. I would have been better off not putting Darkhawk there. Yeah. No, nothing. It's really hard to counter, leader. It's kind of garbage. Ah. Yeah, again, I would have known that Doom would have just been better there. All right. How long have we been streaming now? 3 hours? All right. I think we're going to call it here pretty soon. I'm going to eat lunch. I had a whole bunch of people come to my door. I wonder if they just left. Machine World. The problem, Black Widow doesn't really work with Machine World. So you give them a card and they give it back to you. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I'm going to go and I'm going to stream Marvel Strike Force on Twitch in about... I don't know when. In like less than an hour. I'm going to eat lunch. And that's about it. I'm going to eat lunch and then I'm going to stream on Twitch. Yeah, I'll be there for the blog.
Wind, aid
I'm kind of praying I get Spider-Man here. I did not. So Darkhawk will be a 11 power, 13 power, but he's going to get 6 power from Mjolnir. All right. I'll see you guys. I'll be here tomorrow morning. Same thing. We'll do something similar. So we'll be here tomorrow. I posted the video on YouTube. Here is the link. That's the video that we made on stream. Like the video, subscribe to that this channel. I'm glad you guys were here. Thank you for I had some donations today. That was pretty cool. Shannon, $10. Quit Marvel Strike Force a couple months ago. Happy to see you doing more Snap content recently. Thank you, Shannon. And Jonathan Show with the $2. Made me feel bad buying Sentry, and yes, he sucks. Oh my god. I'm gonna try to keep everything here on YouTube for now, and then I'm gonna try to keep everything Marvel Snap related over to YouTube for now. That may change in the future. I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're gonna see. But I'm gonna be on Twitch. I'm gonna eat lunch, and then I'm gonna go on Twitch and play Marvel Strike Force. So I will see you there in about 30 minutes to an hour. Bye for now.
All around this empty town, I'm searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the